And welcome back to episode 191 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings. And fuck my point man and co-host, this nigga late. I got my guy Q McLeod with me. What's happening?
What's up, man? I had some leftover barbecue. I was just trying to,
Listen, I ain't mad at you. But we in this bitch. We here to talk. I guess it's an all sports thing, but it seemed like, there's more news in the NBA than anything else. So I suppose we'll start there. And I mean, keep it a buck. We can hop on what we was talking about before we started the show. Like, that Dame trade to Miami, it's looking like Miami's doing everything they can do to free up some space to get him there. And it's definitely looking like Dame is interested on a scale of 0 to 100. What's the percent chance you think you see Dame in a Miami Heat jersey next year? Darren in the building.
I got to leave that .1 out there.
You said .1?
I got to leave the point. No, I'm saying I got to leave a .1 out there.
So what you say, 99.9?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. What's going on, D?
What's happening, man?
Nah, shit. Let me ask you the same question. I said, that Dame trade, it's looking more and more likely by the day. What y'all think? On a percent, what you think you see Dame in a Miami Heat jersey next year?
95.
95? You said 99.9. I would say... Go ahead.
I would say a 99.9 because it's like you gotta. At this point, it's not really up to us. Like you gotta find. At this point, we're gonna have to find another team to be a part of it.
Right.
We don't have enough. Even with what we do have, our best pieces still is not enough.
And like he was saying, I guess he said that it's 5 teams that said they'd be interested in making a deal to get Dame there.
Yeah, but it got to be worth it though, because
that's the question.
Dame's one of those people to where it's only one Dame in the league. There's only one Dame. There's only one Steph. There's only one KD. There's only one Dame.
A nigga averaging over 30. They gonna have to pay to get him there.
But at the same time, I think Dame's one of those people to where like he's assigned with Adidas forever. Like, he's one of those people that, like, he will go to Miami, and his mindset already is, like, I want to win. I have bread. You know what I mean? I have bread already.
Right.
So, like, we can make the bread situation work. If y'all can get me to Miami, that's all I'm asking. Like, I have bread. I don't really care about the bread. You feel me? Because, like, he's going to get his regardless.
No, I agree with that.
Club appearances, everything in Miami. He's gonna make bread regardless.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be struggling for no bread even if he takes a lower contract. I do agree with you there. I guess my next question would be, what happened to all that shit you was talking about, not really caring about the ring, staying with Portland?
But at the same time, I don't think he's doing it in a way to where he's chasing. Because Miami is one of those teams where, like, people don't fuck with us anyways. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
If we make it, people still talk about us. Like, that, like, Giannis was hurt, blah, blah, blah. Jason Tatum, Game 7 was hurt. I mean, I get that, but, like, every year we're, like, consistently, like, one of the teams that are, like, right there, no matter if somebody's hurt or not. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say, regardless of if it's chasing or not, if Dame makes it to Miami, barring any kind of catastrophic injury to take place, y'all got one. Y'all got at least one championship.
At least one.
So
it's going to be next year. If he goes to Miami and plays next year, it's going to be next year. Because if you think about it, Denver's going back to the Western Conference Finals. Like, that's like, they didn't change much. Only piece they lost is Bruce Brown. But in my opinion, and they lost.
Bruce Brown's a hit though. He was getting
yeah.
damn near all they bench points.
Yeah, but at the same time, that puts Michael Porter Jr. or Aaron Gordon in a bigger role when they didn't even expect Aaron Gordon to play as good as he did. So now,
I think it depends on who. Like I didn't expect him to, be hitting the threes that he did.
Though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Defensively, you knew.
Yeah, but I remember I said at the beginning of the before they went in, I said you gonna have to put Aaron Gordon in some shoulder pads and just run him straight to the paint every time, and that's what he did. That's what he was doing. They didn't
do that in the regular season, though.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I think that they're gonna give him more of that in the regular season. Because why not? Why not let him do that and let Michael Porter Jr. play more in the regular season, and then come playoff, Jamal and Joker are healthy.
But then, in my opinion, the issue kind of becomes a Phoenix Suns situation where giving up a piece like Bruce Brown, who was the bulk of your bench points, you can expect Aaron Gordon to step up, but that doesn't account for who's going to do it when the starters ain't on the court.
If the Suns win a chip, it's not going to be within the next 2 years.
If the Suns win a chip.
That's what I'm saying. If they win a chip.
Right.
This roster, I don't even think it won't be next year.
I agree.
And I don't think it'll be the year after, because it's like, you're telling me that LeBron's going to let them beat him twice and Joker's going to let them beat him twice? I don't even think this year after Joker got a chip, I think the whole chip thing and winning thing, he low key, he was with it. He wanted to win. He wasn't really vocal about it. But I think now that man got a chip, and he got 2 MVPs, I think he's about to go crazy.
Well,
I think he's about to just really be nuts.
I'm interested to see the dynamic in Phoenix now that you gave away Chris Paul. You gave away the only true leader / facilitator. I'm not saying Devin Booker's not a leader. I'm just saying.
Nice.
You said who?
Campaign.
He's all right.
He can facilitate for sure,
but he doesn't have the status to be able to control or wrangle in Booker or Durant. Chris Paul can still be Chris Paul and be like, "Come on now, get y'all shit together."
But at the same time, you got to think about it. Bradley Beal was the facilitator in Washington forever. So it's if they need somebody to facilitate and still get a bucket, you got Bradley Beal. KD can bring the ball up too.
Yeah, I think I see them all sharing the responsibilities, but it's how does that change your team?
I don't think we'll ever see all 3 of them on the court at one time.
You don't
Maybe
think?
During the playoffs, but I don't think during the regular season. I don't think that's just a set that they're gonna run all the time. They'll sprinkle it in a little bit, but it'll just be hard for a coach to coach that every game.
I got a hot take.
What's up?
First game you do see Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker all on the floor at the same time. It's the first time you see a L there with the Suns, the same way it was with KD, Harden, and Kyrie. It just so happened my Cavs got to give him that one with Colin Sexton. I think he dropped a 40 piece in that game or something like that.
There's just not enough shots in one game.
It's pickup ball. It's at the end of the day, it's just pickup ball. You're putting your bet on the fact that those 3 dynamic players can all be dynamic at points of the game at one time to get y'all a Vic, but the game plan won't be there. It's pickup ball.
But at the same time, as a coach, it makes it frustrating for you because the game plan that you're giving them is going to be off whack because they're going to be able to put themselves in rhythm regardless of what you say. But at the same time, it makes your life easier because, bro, I got Devin Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal, and the other 2 niggas don't even matter.
It depends on what you think. It depends on what you mean by easier, because you could have said the same thing about that Nets team, and we know that Steve Nash couldn't get a word in edgewise.
No, because the Nets team is different because James Harden plays ISO. You feel me? you already know he's not doing nothing else but ISO. So therefore, as a coach, like he's gonna throw off Steve Nash is 5-5-5. James
Well, what you think is gonna happen in Phoenix?
Island.
The coach's Vogel's game plan in Phoenix instantly becomes an audible.
You don't need an ISO there though, because
Well, no, I'm not necessarily
you
thinking.
can't double 3 people. You can't even double 2 people. Somebody gonna get doubled. Somebody gonna be on a wing open, and somebody gonna be up on the other wing open. It's either you want it up top, you want it down low, because DeAndre Ayton's still gonna be in the game. You want it up top, you want it down low, or you want it on the wings. You're gonna have to double down low. You're gonna have to double up top, or you're gonna have to double.
I don't think you can double.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think you
saying.
can double at all.
So,
I think that.
So at that point, it comes to a boom, 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 and it ain't always got to be ISO, but it's going to end up being a can you stop KD from shooting? Can
So
you
maybe-
stop Bradley Beal from shooting?
So maybe the more interesting question is how long do you think it is before it's a boom, boom, boom situation? Because I don't see them being pass heavy at all. At all.
I do.
Until they learn how to play off the ball together.
That
I see them being pass heavy because they're the type of people that don't need the dribble.
they weren't pass heavy before,
But I'm saying, but those
with the
three
exception
people,
of Bradley.
they don't
maybe.
need the dribble to shoot. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, boom, KD, pull up. Boom, one pass. Bradley Beal, pull up.
Nah,
Like,
you
it
right.
might not be boom, 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 boom. It might not be 5 passes before each shot. But if a shot's not there, it's getting past the next man because I know he got split cats too.
I just don't like, and this is just me, I don't like my team's success being contingent upon anybody being hot. I don't want to see, even if it's just 3 players, I don't want to see us only winning if you give us 30. I don't want to see that. I want to see the team involved. And I don't see that being a team where it's like, nah, it's not going to be touches. We was complaining about them not using DeAndre Ayton years ago. You think that's going to change now? Fuck no. You think he a rebounder? You think he automatically learned how to rebound and put back? No. So he's out of the picture.
But you think that it's anybody else's fault that DeAndre Ayton didn't put nothing in his bag?
No, I understand where you're getting at, and I do think
He's
that
a one-dimensional player, and that shit don't work.
no, I don't think he's one-dimensional at all. I
He can
just
shoot for a lick of nothing.
he can shoot. He can shoot. He can
He can
shoot.
shoot.
He's not the most consistent, but his 3-point is above 30.
Oh man!
But that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. Is there's no room for him to be on a 3
yeah,
with a Durant,
was.
a Booker, and a Beal. There's
He
no
was-
room for him to be there.
There wasn't,
And he's not. He's never been a putback big. So, what do you like at that point? He's been erased from the board. I'm not concerned about DeAndre Ayton because I guarantee you these 3 motherfuckers won't pass to him.
But how
Maybe
mad
with
can
the
you
exception
be?
of Bradley Beal.
How mad can you be in a situation like that, though? Unless you're playing, I understand he can request a trade. You feel me? He waited a little
That was
too
his
long
best
to
bet.
be upset. He waited a little bit too long to be upset because when you are this close, bruh, to a chip, you have to believe that you might be the chess piece that might get moved next year to get somebody else, bro. Unless you're somebody like Devin Booker or somebody that like you are not letting go for nothing. DeAndre Ayton's someone that can be let go, and he has to play like he knows that.
Whose contract was it that Phoenix matched? Was it the Pacers that offered Ayton the spot?
Yeah.
It was the Pacers, and Phoenix matched it. I think it's a situation more so where Ayton wants out.
But he
Ayton didn't have a choice in that situation. If Phoenix was willing to match, he stayed in Phoenix, and they
Ayton wanted
matched.
his money.
But yeah, he just
Ayton
wanted
was getting the
his
money.
Yeah,
He was
just
getting the
wanted-
money at that point.
That's an easy bag to have in Phoenix.
I don't
That's what
I
I was
don't
thinking.
believe I don't believe Ayton thought he would still be on that team at the trade deadline last season.
He thought they were gonna let him go, and then he
Yeah,
said he wanted something, and then they gave it to him.
I believe I mean, even after the new contract, I still believe that Ayton thought he would be traded.
But he's still a good big man.
I said it. I said it. Let them trade Ayton, and you gonna see his career start. That moment that he hits that plane.
He's a crybaby though. In a way, I feel like he's a crybaby.
I could see where you coming from with that. I'm not gonna
Imagine
argue.
if he had the attitude of Bam. He could be a Bam. He really could be a Bam.
He just ain't built like that, man.
But he's not a Bam, though.
He could be a Bam.
No, I don't think. I don't think Bam has always. His game has always been predicated off of hard work. DeAndre Ayton got babied. He was a scorer in college.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't nobody's fault that DeAndre Ayton ain't in the gym putting something in his bag. You feel me?
See, I'm not.
You could always get that dominance. He's a big dude. You know what I mean? Like
he's a 3-level scoring big. He can score from all 3 levels if he has the opportunity.
He could be a bruiser. You know what I mean?
I don't think he could be a bruiser.
Not a bruiser, but like there's 3 centers right now in the league that are giving anyone problems.
But
Embiid, Joker, and who else is an actual true center that is giving anyone problems?
I mean, it depends because you could in a tier below. You know what I'm saying? You got your Mitchell Robinsons, offensive rebound leader. You got he's not going to put up points, but his defense and his rebounding is much to be admired.
I don't know.
But I understand what you're saying. I don't think Bam's a true big. He's not. But he also doesn't have the deep range for you to put him at any other position.
Hey, he is a big.
But you just said DeAndre Ayton is over 30%.
Right.
Truthfully, if you can get they gave away Jock. You feel me? Excuse me. They gave away Jock. If there was any way that you can get DeAndre Ayton to play a little bit smaller and play just like a little bit twinkle toes,
I think you could, but think who do you put at that center spot?
They had Jock. They let him go. He got paid.
Oh, that's okay. Because I meant to ask who you were talking about. I kept thinking you were saying Ja, and I was thinking Suns didn't have
Jock.
First pick that year.
No, Jock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then who would be?
Who
would be a second?
I don't know. They would have had to find something. But I'm just looking at that. It could have been Devin Booker. I guess just this crazy lineup, because in the lineup with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, KD, Bradley Beal, and just a nice center, you don't necessarily need a true point guard.
They going 4 or 3. They're either going to put KD at the 4 or KD at the 3, so they're going to keep Ayton at the center. They're not going to put him at the 4.
I know I would just say that's why
and you're right. Okay.
Crazy lineup. If they was to give DeAndre Ayton a better role, because if he plays center next year, he's just strictly going to be there for boards.
Even that, I'm not confident in you getting him.
Right. He don't even jump for boards.
I'm not confident in the 8 and getting them. But my whole thing is going back when you said he was a bruiser.
I said he could be a bruiser.
Right. Well, that was your words. But think about his counterparts. The bruiser of the 2 that went in that draft would have been Mo Bamba. And Mo Bamba ain't getting nothing done no time soon.
No, but DeAndre Ayton's ceiling, to my opinion,
is way higher than Bamba's.
Yeah,
way higher than Bamba's. I will give you that. But only reason why I said that is Bamba was the more active in the paint, the more, aggressive of the 2.
How they used him, though. But you got to think about it. DeAndre Ayton went to Arizona. He had the green light. You know what I mean?
He might as well
he could show. show us more because he had the green light. You know what I mean?
You want him to put on 15 pounds and be the position that they drafted.
That he got drafted. You feel me? Like,
I don't know if that's in his
like,
mental though. Is my
that's
only.
why I've said it ain't nobody's fault that man ain't in the gym doing what he got to do.
Full circle.
If he was crying, he's pulling the AD like AD was a couple years ago. It's like I don't really.
Nah, full circle.
I want to play. You know what I mean? So it's like, but bro, if you want to feel like that you can do something else, go put something in your bag. You work out with everybody else every single day and come show us something.
I mean, but that's still a tough go because even the fourth man who wants to be a top 5 draft pick and you're the fourth man on the team behind prolific scorers.
But nobody knew Giannis was going to be as good as he was. But he got.
I agree, but Giannis also didn't have to sit behind 3 other people while we figured it out.
But they let him play his true position, a 7-foot point guard.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Because like Bam got drafted as his position.
Aiden don't got it.
If they would have put Bam somewhere else, Bam wouldn't be still Bam right now. Bam was strictly Bam, center.
No, I do think that Bam benefited by playing in an organization like Miami. I do think that he would have been used a lot different anywhere else. But I don't think that Aiden is a Giannis, nor do I think he even was in college.
He's not even close to it.
But he's like a rich kid. Like it just like you said, it comes down to mental. Like you know what I mean? Like he's a privileged kid, so it's like I don't know. I feel like it probably just comes into like his work ethic for real.
Yeah,
fucked up.
Yeah.
My bad.
Nah, you good. And I do CT and Malk in the building. I do believe, like I said, I'm still gonna hold by that. If Aiden goes anywhere else, you see Aiden's career start as soon as he steps foot off that plane. I don't care where it is. You could take him back to Indiana. You could take him wherever you want him to go. His career starts taking off. Nothing really, just small talk. We ain't even really gotten to the moves yet. That's what we about to get into.
If he would have made that, if he would have took the bag from Indiana, and they would have Miles Turner would have went somewhere else, he would have been ridiculously good.
He'd have been a dog.
Him and Tyrese Halliburton at this point.
Nah, I think he'd be better than Miles Turner in Indy.
Easy.
No, I don't.
I think y'all got too much faith in DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton's a dog when he wants to be, bro.
I don't know if we...
He's the same as Miles Turner to me.
DeAndre Ayton is the Jadeveon Clowney of the NBA. That's what DeAndre Ayton is.
Let me ask you this, right? Put Miles Turner on any other squad to where the system ain't ran around him.
Hey, Malk, that was a good old comparison.
Is he
You know what I mean?
gonna look?
That's
Is
what it
he
is.
gonna put?
Hey, it hit me here.
He's a backup. He's a backup center.
Right.
He's a backup center anywhere else. Miles Turner.
Else, he's a backup center.
He had.
DeAndre Ayton ain't backing up nobody.
He had that.
What? You said Miles Turner's a backup.
He's a backup center anywhere else. He's a backup center anywhere else.
Why is he getting that paid? Why is he getting paid that amount of much bread then? If he's
Because
a backup,
You right? And how much?
Indiana.
How much time has he been on the court too?
He would start
Every
in Boston.
game.
Go look at his number. Y'all crazy. A backup.
Bro,
That's a good toss out, Mark. That is a good toss
If
out.
they didn't have Porzingis, he would start in Boston.
I don't.
That
think-
is a good toss out.
Porzingis, he's about to play.
He would start in
with
Dallas.
But I don't even know if he. But see, that's the thing. I don't even know if he starts in Boston because I think he gets outworked by
Robert
Williams.
Well, he can shoot the ball.
Porzingis is going to play the 4. Robert Williams is still going to be the 5 in Boston. No matter who goes there, Robert Williams is going to be the guy for them.
CT grabbed the towel.
Hey,
If Robert Williams is not going to be the guy, Miles Turner has been on the market multiple times. Ain't nobody winning guy.
And you see they ain't got rid of him yet.
Well, he's been injury prone. He ain't been on the court consistently since 2020, 2019.
Ain't got rid of him yet. Why would Indiana get rid of anybody? The only person they ever got rid of was Paul George. And that's because that nigga secretly wanted.
And they got rid of Sabonis. which was dumb as fuck.
Sabonis wanted out. Nobody wants to play in Indiana, boy.
You got Tyrese with Miles now. They building something. You can't
Okay,
just it don't happen overnight.
They're not building something. They're building a fan base. That's what they're building.
Bruce
They ain't
Brown.
building.
They brought in Bruce Brown.
They're building a fan base. They ain't building no type.
That
of
Bruce Brown was a good
squad.
pickup.
Come on now, they building. You can't just.
Championship squad.
And like you said, it's Indiana. Who really want to live in that?
But regardless of who wants to live
Nobody
there,
wants to play there. It's
regardless
not
of who wants to live there, Indiana has been that team that has come out more times than people have expected them to.
Yeah, they know how Indiana basketball get.
Indiana has definitely made the playoffs more times when nobody gave them a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And motherfuckers talk about Miami like that. Yeah, Miami does make it a lot when people don't give them a shot. But Indiana,
That's South
Yeah,
Beach.
but we gotta also think about it's the East, bruh. Like Indiana could sneak in when people like the Knicks or Boo Boo, like over the years, like.
well, yeah, in the past,
the Cavs were never winning without LeBron in the past,
right?
You know what I mean? Like it's easy for Indiana to be top 7 when the bottom 7 are booty stains, like.
But they always got different players, though, man. It's hard. This league show you it's hard, like especially in the playoffs.
But it's not that hard because you see how the real pros do it on the West. You feel me? Like
he said the real pros.
The real pros. They all go team up with
league.
each other. You go team up with each other.
When I say real pros,
basketball.
I mean by all the basketball, the pros that we know.
They said the pros.
What teams are they on?
What, the LeBrons, the Stephs, who's the pros? I need to know.
I'm saying players that make it about basketball and really about their business. You feel me? There's nobody on the East, face-wise, that's like that Giannis. Embiid really don't even talk to the cameras. You know what I mean?
There's nobody on the East that's like that. What do you mean? Like,
I don't get what you're saying.
What I'm saying, bro. Oh my god.
I'm just saying because listen,
it's never gonna be California. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Markets are different
it's easy
though.
for teams to make it on the East because the competition is never there because all the real pros are on the West, and it has always been that way.
It's the franchises too. Like, it ain't just
the last.
I see what you're getting at.
The last real star that Indiana had was Paul George. How long ago was that?
Nah, Victor Oladipo was a dog before he got hurt.
Halliburton's a dog right now.
He's an all-star.
But Victor Oladipo was not like, okay, let me say superstar. There's a lot of stars in the NBA, but there ain't many.
A lot of teams don't get a superstar.
Right.
But at least there's at least one superstar on every team.
Don't say you.
Well, no. What I will say to Darren's point is, any superstar that comes out of Indy usually has to develop into that, i.e. Domantas Sabonis. A lot of them get drafted to Indy. It's not a lot of stars it's not a lot of stars that get traded. It's a lot of bench players that get traded.
Yeah, the stars
to Indy though.
Kawhi Leonard got traded to Indy, and they traded him in a trade to the Spurs.
He knew he wasn't staying in no fucking Indy.
But like
it wasn't up to him at the time.
He wasn't staying in no fucking Indy.
Bro.
I mean, that's like Kobe.
They could have had him in Paul George.
Go to the Hornets.
But bro, CT, you telling me that these players and their agents ain't got no type of say in nothing that goes on draft night?
Back then,
you don't think that they're getting?
You just hoping you want to get drafted wherever.
You don't think that his agent? You don't think his agent knew that it was a possibility for him to get traded to the Spurs, or you think it just happened at that moment?
At that moment, because he worked out for probably like 15
Bro,
teams.
I bet you.
Who, Kawhi?
I bet you money that the Pacers.
Kawhi ain't work out for nobody.
I bet you money the Pacers already knew.
At that time,
Kawhi ain't work out for nobody. Kawhi said, I want to go to LA. That's where I want to go. I'll go work out for them. But I'm not working. Man, motherfuckers was like, one-stop shop. We just won it. You think Kawhi was going to work out in Toronto?
Bro, Kawhi was one of those players that.
No, we're talking about the trade. Yeah, we're talking about the trade.
Pre-draft workout.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with you there.
What I'm saying is, you telling me that Indiana did not know when they drafted Kawhi that they were about to give him up when they drafted him.
They may or may not.
No, you on the clock at that time. You're not just like, oh. You don't know who's even on the board at the time.
Yeah, exactly. What if they didn't know they were going to get Kawhi?
Wait, what was the question? What was the question?
We said
what Indiana. He said that Indiana, the moment they drafted Kawhi and traded to San Antonio for George Hill, he said that they didn't know that they were going to do that until the moment of. And in my opinion, I feel like that is probably a deal that was already about to be done, because teams all the time be like, if you take him, I'll take him, and it'll be an even swap. Not everybody's going to have to trade to get more spots, because if you don't do a fair trade to get a higher spot for this spot, you got to give up so much more, CT. So you're telling me that was just an even trade. Kawhi Lillard for George Hill.
Bro, George Hill got drafted at that time. They were in the same draft.
I mean, but that's what's so interesting about the draft, right? Because you don't know who pans and who doesn't. And then at the same time, you got to think about Indy. Think about the Pacers, right? Like, what were they lacking at the time? I believe it was Darren Collison. Yeah. That was that point guard prior, and he was on the downswing. So it would make more sense for them to go for a point guard over that small forward position. But you just don't know what you pass up on until you look at Atlanta and Luka Doncic. They traded Luka for Trey.
But in some people's eyes, that's still not a bad trade.
Nah, that one didn't end up being awful. I will say funny? It wasn't an awful trade.
How's that funny? Like, in some
Luka
people's eyes,
trade?
No, I would want Luka.
I would want Luka, but how can you?
It wasn't an awful trade.
Your franchise would look way different.
I mean, I guess, but the fucking Mavs ain't doing shit either.
And like we said, nobody wanted to see Luka in Magic City. That would have turned his little ass out, his little Lithuanian ass out.
At the same time,
Luka in the A.
Next thing we know, he on video like John Morant with the straps out, like in the strip club. We don't need none of that. Go to Dallas.
Low key, if you want to be honest, Luka's had a better solo career, but Trae Young has had a better postseason career. So technically, you can say all that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Luka ain't won nothing.
I agree with that.
So if you can, but Trae has definitely been in the playoffs and made it past round one at least one time.
I'm sure Luka has too.
Damn, Bismack Biyombo went 7.
Luka ain't been in the playoff. When the last time Luka? Wait, 2 years ago.
Tristan Thompson went 4.
He went to the Western Conference. What are you talking about?
That's what I just said 2 years ago.
And did he not put up bro? Stop.
Trae Young puts up numbers every year.
Tristan Thompson went 4 in that draft class.
In the postseason. In the postseason. Tristan Thompson went what?
4 in that draft class with Kawhi. That goes to show you teams.
Where Kawhi go?
15 to Indy.
And George Hill went what?
George Hill went. He didn't go first round.
That's what I'm saying, bruh. You're telling me that niggas already didn't know that was going to happen?
Kawhi, but they
didn't just look at that and be like, oh, let me give y'all this pick. They knew that they didn't want that pick, and they knew that that pick was going somewhere else.
Oh, George
could have had the pick. What are you
George Hill's not even in this draft class.
I think they traded to get George Hill. He was on the Spurs.
Yeah, CT's tripping.
He was on the Spurs.
Yeah, you right. You are right. He was on the Spurs.
They traded to get George Hill as a point guard. They traded.
Jimmy Butler went 30 in that draft class.
So you don't think that
behind Corey Joseph?
We want Kawhi.
I think you just traded pick straight up for George Hill. That's whack.
That might have been what happened.
But that's a dumb trade for Indiana. But
Jimmer Fredette at 10. Out of Brigham Young went to Sacramento and Homer Simpsoned his way out the league.
Nothing but net.
Oh no, he went to Milwaukee and then he got traded to Sacramento.
Sacramento number 32. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. But let's get into this. This is a good segue since we said Corey Joseph went 29 ahead of Jimmy Butler. He just got traded to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, he did.
Picked up on a 1 year. Yeah. I really don't know what that means.
He played good with Detroit last year.
No, I'm not saying that Corey's a slouch by no means. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what that means for the Warriors.
Nothing.
Like, I guess it's just the replacement of DiVincenzo, right?
I mean, I would rather have DiVincenzo.
I knew he was leaving for that bag.
Yeah, I would rather have DiVincenzo, we being honest.
For sure.
I mean, I just don't get the pick. Like, I don't get why Golden State would be interested in, like we said offline, I think that was yesterday, why are they stacking guards? Like, you need to stack your big men. That's what you need to be stacking. Draymond Green can't afford to be playing big at 32 years old. He's 6'8". He don't got the same bounce.
They still have Looney.
But how many other guards do you have? You just got Chris Paul. Why do you need more guards? Why not? Why wouldn't you need more bigs if Looney was MIA in the playoffs and Draymond Green fell into that spot? I would think you would need bigs to cover.
You muted, Q.
Oh, was he talking?
Oh, my bad. Load management.
Load management as to why you would want more guards than bigs. So Steph
in case Steph go down.
He gonna play his minutes anyway, though.
Oh.
Yeah, but your prime possession is a guard, so therefore you want to have a couple extra tires. You feel me? You can't put a Range Rover tire on a Lambo.
I completely agree, but how many tires blew out at that big position? To the point that you had to put that Range Rover tire on that Lambo.
Might just play small ball.
We've seen Draymond step in and have to play that big man.
No, we have, but it was usually strategic in the past. Wasn't no strategy about this. This is just availability in this year.
And at the same time, Looney really is like, he really ain't nothing wrong with him.
No,
he don't miss games either.
He's the perfect big for the Golden State Warriors. He's exactly what we said DeAndre Ayton wasn't. You're I'll get rebounds, I'll put back, I'll kick out, I'll do whatever y'all need me to do. Just put me down there. Ayton's not that.
A lot of bigs can't do that.
Listen, I ain't seen another that really could since Andre Drummond.
Like 20 rebounds.
Right, Andre Drummond, maybe.
And he ain't not looking to score at all. That's
My
crazy.
thing is
and even Andre Drummond was looking to score.
Why would the Warriors not re-sign DeMarcus Cousins?
I know.
I think Mount said that the other day.
That's the craziest thing to me. I don't understand.
Because he's only available for 30 games.
It don't matter.
DeMarcus.
He's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play. He's
hot.
Yeah, he's going.
I wouldn't hold him. He'd be somebody I'd be like, he's on the injury list until playoffs. I
wonder if the Nuggets gave him a ring for being on the team.
No.
He got one for the Lakers, I think, when he played with us, right?
No.
He did, but he was hurt too.
Did?
You know what I'm saying? He played with
Milwaukee. Y'all gave him one?
Ring. I'd want to say so. He was on the team.
He played this year.
Wait, so he got a ring and Dwight Howard got a ring?
I believe so from that team.
Yep.
Man, these niggas just be coattailing the ring.
He got a ring with Golden State too, didn't he?
Bruh.
No, they didn't win that year.
Crazy.
That year he got hurt, they didn't win?
For the Lakers.
He came back and played with KD them that 2009. They lost to the Raptors.
Ain't that crazy that niggas can get rings for being hurt and switching teams?
Oh,
He practiced with them and played.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
The illest shit was that Varejao, man, that year that in 2016.
That, played with Bill Russell.
That was the illest shit.
Varejao,
yeah, man.
Think about all the niggas that play with Bill Russell that ain't do nothing, ain't score a single bucket, and got 10 of them things.
Listen.
Ain't score a single bucket.
That's good.
You know you got buckets playing out there sometime.
No. How you get buckets, you score 100. You ain't get a bucket. Oh, I'm talking about Will.
Hey, back in the day, they ain't come out the game like that. Hey, nah, coach, I'm still in here.
Listen, and let's keep it a buck.
Ball people's heads like this. Every play
up by 50, still in the fucking game.
Let's keep it a buck. I don't even mean to be funny sounding, but Bill Russell playing against them Converse wearing racial slurs, spitting white folks. Yeah, he was balling on them. He's not coming out the game.
They were little then too.
Right, he's not coming out. I'm not coming out. Why do I need to?
Black players, man, from that time. That was great. I ain't coming out the fucking game.
That was the only thing that you could really do, though, and people would like give you grace for doing it. Was being an athlete or some shit like that, because everything else was, you feel me? They didn't really give a fuck.
Right.
But we talk about niggas that potentially played 48 minutes a game, 82 fucking games a season, and now they crying wolf these days.
Yeah, but think about it though. Niggas back then played full games.
And had to get off work and go to work clock in. Right, had to clock in as soon as the game was over.
Go to work right before the game, like doing or either after. You might work night shift.
Right. It's like fighters. Like you fighting a cab driver. That's not a fighter.
Right.
But we gonna run down a few of these low budget. I don't want to say low budget, but Lonnie Walker 1 year to the Brooklyn Nets. They was just off of him. Justin Holiday 1 year to the Nuggets. That's interesting. Cody Zeller back with New Orleans Pelicans. They gave him a 1 year, $3.1 million. That had to be because they had past experience with him.
Don't say back. He ain't never been to the Pelicans. He was with Charlotte.
Who?
He was with Charlotte. You are right. It was Charlotte. It was Charlotte.
Get it right.
You are absolutely correct. It was Charlotte. So I don't know why they gave him that 3.1 then. Why does Cody Zeller deserve that 3.1 for your one deal?
They lost Jackson Hayes to the Lakers, so that's why they needed a big.
And Cody Zeller's the guy that you giving a 1 year 3.1?
You can't depend on Zion, so I mean, who else is out there? It ain't really nobody else.
People just deserve their bread.
That 3.1 is well. Cody's. I don't know if Cody's the guy that deserves his bread out of all the people.
He's reliable.
What?
Yeah.
He just came back with the Heat.
They made him look good last year.
Out of his whole career, though.
Well, yeah, out of his whole career, but
don't say his whole career. In Charlotte, he was hooping.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. And then at some point,
how many games in that man's career has he missed? Sometimes
he had a lot of injuries, broken nose.
Sometimes
he's missed. He started getting. He started getting hurt.
Never like, oh my.
Hey, but he'll play with a broken nose.
It was like a broken nose and shit, like a contusion in the eye and shit, like that, like shit that you literally cannot play on. Like
he'll mask up.
He ain't got ain't knee problems or no shit like that.
No, I give you that. I give you that. He does have a grit to him, but if you're not available, you're not available. And I don't want to be giving up Jackson Hayes, who, mind you, was a backup center in the first place. Yeah, he got rotated in and out, but that was a backup center. He didn't even get drafted to play the center position, and they just got moved him there. So now you're taking away a young buck who was never a center in the first place to replace him with a guy who got a quarter season out with Miami.
But how many people?
Cody Zeller, I know he's a bucket. I played against him in high school.
In an organization are you trying to?
CT bringing up his past traumas, but
right.
No, it's because we on the Cody Zeller topic. That's the only reason why.
Tell them how long ago that was.
It was high school.
I had 1-0 against him. Hey,
it was high school, and his hairline was still the same fucking way back then. Let's not get it confused. I'm just saying.
Mr. Basketball, he's nasty.
He's always been a dog. I liked him more than Tyler.
I don't know where he went though. That type. I don't know where his scoring went like that. I don't know where he can shoot. But I don't see him shoot because I guess he's never gonna be the go-to guy. So Oh no.
Nah, he wasn't in Charlotte.
My boy Stutz put a couple buckets on his head top back in the day.
But that's the only loss they took was against us though. So
CT say he got something to talk about. Another one that doesn't make sense to me. Now I understand the pickup, Eric Gordon on a 2-year to the Phoenix Suns.
ooh.
But you give him a 2-year $6 million?
He said he just
He
want to
thought
hoop.
he did something in Denver.
A 2-year $6 million? Now I'm not. Don't
He
get me
wants
wrong.
More than that.
Since when? Since
Hold on,
LA?
What?
I got a question. Y'all remember when
Clippers,
y'all
you see him in
y'all-
the-
Since LA, right?
Y'all crucified me when I said at some point niggas are going to start looking at these super teams and be like, bruh, I just want to win. Because, bruh, at some point you can have $1 quadrillion, nigga, but if you're playing this game to win and you just over here collecting the bag and they over there collecting rings, you ain't never finna win.
No, I'm saying these niggas are getting paid too much.
No.
That's too
Bro,
much.
Fudge.
Bro, you gotta
Oh,
think
wait a
about.
minute.
So you're telling me that if you work at a job
DG's a
for
bucket.
15 years and you get a raise every year, just because you got old and can't pick up 20 boxes in 20 minutes, you only can pick up 11 now. That they need to take you away.
No, and that's a completely different. That's a completely.
No, it's a
That's
job.
a no.
It's a job.
That's a completely different comparison.
No.
And to bring it closer, the difference would be if I was at a job for 15 years and I had a certain productivity and it started dropping, and I went to a new job and expected them to pay me the same rate.
But
That would be more equivalent. And no, I would not. I would not expect them to pay me the same rate because I'm not the same guy.
But he's still an NBA player.
Beyond that, I've been on PTO. I haven't even been fucking working. I haven't even been working. How are they gonna pay me more?
He's still in the league and they ain't kicking
They
him
paying
out
these
yet.
niggas too much, G. Listen, and I was just about to say, I'm all about my people getting $1. And when I say my people, I mean Cody Zeller included. But 3.1 for 1 year and a 2-year $3 million. That's wild, G.
How is that too much?
Hold on.
The vet minimum is $1 million. He's only getting paid $2 million over the vet minimum.
That's wild.
Clip.
They was giving you. They
What?
was
Guys are making
that.
down 50 a year.
You said what?
I said the top guys are making what 50 fucking mil a
50.
year.
He's making
Right,
3,
but
and you're
the
saying that's
top
too
guys.
much?
But let's keep it a
3
buck.
mil ain't shit.
The top guys are 12 years younger.
So what should he be making? WNBA money? Fuck. Like what?
I'm telling you.
No, I'm just saying, if I'm picking Cody Zeller up for a 1 year and all I saw you do is play 20-something games for Miami, trust and believe you're getting picked up on a 2.5 maximum.
That sound like that the 3 mil sounds.
You didn't even play half the season last year, so I don't even know what I'm judging. What am I judging that 3 mil off of?
Bruh, if I'm judging that $3 million off of how much these motherfucking owners making. That's a bar.
No, that's why I said I'm not against my people making their money, but that's wild to me.
I'm cool with that one. I think the most egregious one I've seen
is Bruce
Dylan
Brown
Brooks.
getting paid 40 fucking mil. No,
I mean-
not Dylan Brooks. Bruce Brown is
Man.
the contract that they're fucking.
Fred VanVleet. Oh my God.
Oh, Freddie.
But
Freddie
Fred's been
deserves that.
involved. Bruce has
Yeah,
been
he
involved.
deserves that.
No,
Right,
bro.
they're not giving Dylan Brooks that paper. They gave him some paper.
20 a year.
Yeah,
But
Dylan
you
got
gotta
the
think
what?
about, bro,
4 year,
are y'all
80 million
not
with
thinking
Houston.
About before anyone got to Memphis, it was Dylan Brooks who was hooping. Before we were talking,
He was
about
balling. He was balling.
Only reason
He
Dylan
lost the
Brooks
talent.
ever got pushed to the back seat is because Ja was there.
But don't we always say, what have you done lately? Not
But
Don't
he
poke the
he
bear.
didn't have to do it lately because Ja was there.
Don't poke
But
the
he
bear.
is still somebody
Don't poke the
that
bear.
can hoop. I'm telling you right now, if Ja was not there still, Dylan Brooks would have been a 20-point average scorer.
I mean, he was this
They
year.
would
He
be in
averaged 20
playoffs.
points. He averaged 21 this year, I believe.
They wouldn't be in the playoffs.
I'm not saying they would be in the playoffs, but he would deserve the bag that he was given.
But no, let's keep it on. Let's keep it on the same. Let's keep it on the same. The
3
same.
and D guy.
Let's keep it on the same because I want y'all to know I'm not being. ignorant. Motherfucking Ty Jerome to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ty Jerome, the point guard he was on the West Virginia National Championship team. He's a decent player. He went to, who did he go to?
Did you not see what he did with the Warriors though? He was hooping.
That's who he came from, the Warriors. That's who he came from.
He was hooping.
But before that, he was on
their G League squad.
Wow. That didn't who he came out to, was it?
I'm pretty sure he went straight to the Warriors.
I thought he went to somewhere else first. But they gave him a 2-year, $5 million. That's more like what Eric Gordon should have got. More like what this Nick.
Are you telling me that Eric Gordon got the same? He should get the same contract as Ty Jerome.
Yeah. Why am I paying you for you to keep your button ups on the sideline? At least unsnap your pants. Why am I paying you to keep a motherfucking? Why am I paying you to keep a towel tucked inside of your t-shirt collar? Why am I paying you to be on the bench?
He plays with the Rockets. You see what they left him with?
Who are we talking about?
So why are these superstars getting super maxes and these niggas are always super hurt?
Because these
now that's completely different. That's a completely different.
It's not. If you tell
that's on them for giving them that much.
Can't get his $3 million.
I'm more now. That's where I'm more so like the. I'm more so like the NFL. The NFL commissioner.
It's like, yeah, get that nigga 50. But hey,
but I can't get my get that nigga 3.
I'm more so like the NFL commissioner, where I'm like, nigga, I'm not paying you shit till you prove it. Till you up for your first max.
Without these players, there would be no fucking.
Shout out my guy Anthony Edwards, who just got his max deal, 5-year, $260 million. But that's what I'm saying. What deal did he get before?
But what has Anthony Edwards done other than 1 or 2 years of potential to earn?
What did he do? He played
Baywatch.
He played Baywatch to Cat Williams.
But okay, so
he was swimming him back to shore so the nigga didn't drown. And then when they got Rudy Gobert, he did the same thing with both hands.
Okay, so all right, listen to this. So if Anthony Edwards does not do what he did last year, this year, is it okay for the team to come to him and be like, "Hey, my nigga, you ain't performing the same way. Hey, we need to redo that contract."
Well, what did the Warriors do with Wiggins? Because you remember Wiggins was the first Anthony Edwards.
He's like 21 years old.
I know, but I'm saying.
But he was the first Anthony Edwards. That's what I'm getting at.
He's trying to do Eric Gordon. Like, Eric Gordon has put up numbers in this league. That man is worth.
Nah, what I'm doing is I'm using an example of somebody who was a standout, who everybody thought would be a standout, and he proved he was him and just got his contract. Now, a guy like Eric Gordon, who's been bounced around from at least, 6-7 teams, has gotten good pay from all 6 or 7 of those teams he's been with. Now that you have not been active on anybody's roster, on anybody's team, yes, you've been there, available, but you haven't been actively putting up any points.
He was in Houston for like 7-8 years.
For 8 years, and then he went to
he was there for a while, right?
He was stationary,
right? And you heard me say,
other than James Harden,
heard me say. He hasn't done anything since the Clippers. I said since LA. And CT said the Clippers, and I said yeah.
That was
this past playoffs.
That was last year.
And he hadn't played since he hadn't played since Lou Williams was there balling himself.
What?
Which was around the bubble.
What?
He wasn't third round in.
He wasn't even on the squad then.
He was.
He was in Houston. He got traded to the Clippers 2 years ago.
Last year.
It wasn't last year.
Bruh, he has had one full season.
He just got traded last year to the Clippers.
And he was hooping.
Stop playing with me.
Look it up, Mal.
I got you. So wait,
did he not just get traded last year from Houston back to the Clippers?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Who is it?
He averaged 11 points, bro, in the 1 year he played for the LA. Like he's only had 2 teams. He got drafted to the Clippers, went to the Pelicans, went to Houston for 8, went to the Clippers.
I remember him in Houston, and he had that time.
What years in question? What year is it?
He's only been in
How
LA.
long has he been on the Clippers?
No, you right.
Time?
1 year.
So far, just from 2022 to 2023.
Right.
And
So
he
got
was
traded last year, right?
Yeah.
He got traded in the 2022-2023 season.
So he got traded in a rush trade, I think.
He did.
I think so too. I think
and he only played 22 minutes a game and averaged 11 points. If you telling me
what do you average in the playoffs?
No, you're right.
Y'all say that Dennis Schroeder deserved like 50 mil for 12 points? Didn't they say that?
Who said that?
One of y'all said that.
That would have never been
Toronto.
me.
Whoa.
Whenever we were talking about Dennis Schroeder.
What Dennis get?
What he just get?
What did he get with the Lakers?
Like 17?
No, what did he just get with the Toronto Raptors? 50 mil.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, if Dennis Schroeder can get 50 mil off of what he does, Eric Gordon ain't worth the 3.
Eric Gordon worth 4. That's all I'm saying.
Nah,
you worth more.
Nah, I'm still giving him the. I'm giving him the 2 point.
2 point.
I'm giving him the 2.5. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm giving him 2.5. I got.
You're doing bad.
I gotta see.
Indiana native.
I gotta see you for at least a half a season with the squad.
He was with Jalen Green, Josh Christopher, and all them. Like, come on.
And Norman Powell and them, like, they did the hoop.
What's that mean? That means that's your opening, right?
Who they lose to the Phoenix Suns?
Why ain't that your opening? If
How's
you
that
him,
your opening when you got a bunch of young niggas out there that ain't passing you the ball, just want to run down the court dunking, and only time you get to shoot it.
And y'all getting blown.
That's on you. Maybe you should.
And you getting taken out by the third because y'all down 30.
That's on you. Maybe you should Draymond Green a few niggas, or at least make them scared to think you would. That's on you.
And
man, EG is not the type of...
And you can't...
I don't give a fuck. If it's my shot, it's my shot. Everybody dying.
Team out kick because your teammates out here humping people and shit.
Them was on some. Listen, I'm starting to realize why he got best hair in the league that I gave him, because motherfucker, he was getting this shit done for niggas, because that shit, boy. And it was multiple videos. I was like, oh my god.
Boy.
Oh my gosh, these niggas is wild.
And he was doing it like he did it a couple of times. It was like,
wow, that shit wild.
Doing that, bro. He ain't have a snicker in the world. He was just.
Listen, I hopped up in the bed when I seen it. I was watching it. I said, what the fuck? And then it was another video, and I was like, I don't even want to watch it. I'm not even going to click on it. I had to after a while because I heard somebody else talk about it.
I didn't try to watch it. It just popped up.
I heard somebody else talk about it, and it was even wilder than the first video. I was like, what the fuck are these niggas on?
Who the fuck is that? And I was like, why is every dude in the room like, somebody would
That nigga Kwame Brown said, these motherfuckers was, he said somebody's slipping estrogen pills in you niggas' milk. I don't know where they made you young. I said, oh shit.
Well, see what they Dennis Schroeder got.
That is crazy. Yeah, you right. Nah, I can't, hold up though. I was looking.
Cliff, you ain't tell me your Cavs got Max Strus.
Yeah.
That was big. That was like the
that was like right after the pod. Not right after, but
it was weird because it didn't kind of go through, and then it went through the second day.
Yeah, that's a good pickup for us.
He got Schroeder got a 4-year contract. Oh, that's old as fuck. You said Dennis Schroeder, CT?
Yeah, with the Raptors.
Nigga, I know I'm not no fucking fool.
What?
Oh shit!
But you are right. He was in Houston for a lot longer than I thought, and I was going back to the first time in LA. But
especially when they was up 3-1 against.
Nah, nigga, 2019, the nigga played 36 games. 2020, the nigga played 27 games. 2021, the nigga played 57 games. 2022, he played 69. So you just then.
So question.
Regardless.
Do you say that shit about the thinking Kawhi too?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you don't deserve that. We've been talking about that for the longest. Hell yeah.
But why doesn't he deserve that?
Because you're not available. Because like what Malk says, it's about what have you done for me lately. And it's a situation where I can't keep paying for something that's supposed to happen.
Then don't. But once I'm locked in, I'm locked in. And that's just not how contracts works, because what contracts worked on is you're telling me right now that you want to pay me this much, but we both know that I'm held back only by an injury. And if I come back from this injury, we know I am Kawhi Leonard. Like,
wait. We've seen the history of Kawhi Leonard. We've seen his history. And like I said, what did I say a while episodes back, Mal? Right. I said what was Kawhi's plan? Kawhi's plan is he knew he had to get to LA. So regardless if his motherfucking tendonitis, meniscus, whatever was flaring up on him, he was going to play through that shit to guarantee he got paid in LA. Now my issue is that you paid him again.
He's worth it.
You want a ring. You got to think about the bright side.
You got to think about it. When that nigga is fully healthy, he is a robot.
How long though? How long are you gonna be? And what game should I strategize you to be available for?
But you gotta think about it. If he
but how many playoffs did we see PG by himself out there? So and Russell Westbrook by himself out there. So let me ask you, as a member of management, what game should I pencil you in for, Kawhi? What game should I expect you to play for me?
Okay, so that means that what you're asking of Kawhi is we need to get him somewhere on a team to where he can.
He doesn't have
to sit out.
There we go.
And not have to come back. But
there we go.
He cannot do that in LA. He has to play.
And he doesn't. He doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. He does when he can.
And that's my whole thing. And they even said it on ESPN. Remember we was painting the house, Malk?
Right.
Other motherfuckers don't have that leisure. They can't just not go to work and still get paid.
Right.
If we're off, we got to chop that off of our check. I get it's a contract. I get that. I'm just saying you've been duped, LA. So now maybe you need to think in the future to put that in the contract. Where if you can't meet 60% of your season, you do not get 100% of your contract.
How many jerseys you think that LA sells in Kawhi Lillard's name?
I don't know. I mean,
that's a lot. I bet it's a lot.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just looking at it as a big.
I bet it's a lot.
You're looking at it as a basketball perspective. That's why
it don't matter how many jerseys that man sells. It's not going to buy him no ring.
But we're not talking about rings. We're talking about what he's worth. And that man ain't even got to play 25 games a year, and niggas know that he's.
Well, me as an owner,
money for not even being.
Well, me as an owner, a manager, whatever you want to call me, a member of the LA Clippers organization, only gets 5 to 10% off of your jersey sales. So I don't give a fuck about them. Where's that ring at that you said you was gonna get us?
Oh my god!
You don't pick up a Kawhi Leonard for fucking sales.
Right. That's not your right.
He not there for sale. He there for wins.
But you're not picking up a Kawhi Lillard and be like, oh, you're not getting it done right now. Let me get rid of you, because he's not somebody that you just get rid of.
It's not about you not getting it done. But you're what? Listen. You're two steps further away from the goal. If I can't even get you on the court. I got to get you on the court before I can even get you to be able to get me a win.
Do you really think that we're never going to see this man be back to potential to where he can win a chip? So you're telling me that we will never see this man back in the Western
Listen, all I can say is the clock is ticking, and it never ticks in your favor.
It ain't clicking that fast for him.
Yeah, it's up to him, really. So you got to ask him.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't.
All I'm saying is, could he possibly play through it? Yes, I do agree with that. I think he can. I think he proved it in Toronto. But have we seen this before where you weren't happy, so you decided not to play in San Antonio? Yes, we have. Now you are exactly where you asked to be. If you could fight to get it done in Toronto, why aren't you fighting for me and I'm paying you this money? That's the question I'm asking.
In my opinion, I don't think he fought to do it in Toronto. I think
he had no choice. He wouldn't have got a contract.
But
he had no choice.
But I think it just happened.
He had no choice. He knew he had to grit his teeth and bear it.
Think about it. Without that shot, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
There was a lot of moments. KD going down with it.
But that's what I'm getting at exactly, is how many shots were you not even on the court present for? How many times could you have gotten that done for us, but you weren't available? How many times? Look, we were just dragging Russell Westbrook through the fucking mud.
But Russell Westbrook has never been as good as Kawhi Lillard and never will be.
But that's not my point. My point is now motherfuckers are saying, well, Russ maybe still got some in him after they've witnessed the playoff run that he had to do without him. Paul George had to do it without him. Russ had to do it without him.
But it's not the same, because what team has Russ ever been on that it's like, oh, we even going to the Western or Eastern Conference?
Name me a full, since Kawhi's been in LA, name me a full playoffs he's been available for.
But I'm saying, when you go get someone like that, that is what you're thinking. I don't think anybody thinks we going to get Russ to go to the chip.
But you didn't answer my question. It's 4 years now.
For the bubble.
But I get that, but he is still the caliber of player that you go get to win a chip. No one is looking at Russ like, I'm finna go get him and he gonna take us there. No one's looking at
Russ. Saying give Kawhi 2 points. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But he's in no way deserving of what he's currently getting. I don't care what you say. You got exactly what you asked for. You asked to be here. Now you're here, and you still choose not to play. So either it's actually a choice, and you just don't want to play. You're pulling some Ben Simmons mental mind games type shit. Or it's a situation where you truly cannot. Either way is a concern of mine.
Every situation is different, because Domantas Sabonis just got 210, bro, and they went to the playoffs one time.
But he's been balling lately.
But I'm saying,
and he's been available. And we haven't heard him complain about his knees or his.
But let me ask you this though.
He just got his chest stomped in and was still out there playing.
More money in an NBA contract than Kawhi Leonard.
Wait, say it again. You said there's more money.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying, but see, that's what I'm getting at. Is there was a lot of judging your past accolades in with that Kawhi Leonard situation. Not to mention, that's your hometown as well. Why wouldn't the hometown team want to have him? That's a good plus, right? Jersey sales. But the kicker...
Paul George, too.
Listen, the kicker is Sabonis will have to go home to go play for his hometown team. All we can ask is that he's available and playing on this court. In the past two teams that he played for, being the Indiana Pacers and the Sacramento Kings, have both been to the playoffs. Teams that shouldn't have been there.
But before he went to the Kings, wasn't he hurt as fuck?
He might have been hurt that season, but he wasn't hurt like just not playing.
Him and Miles Turner were down for a minute.
Miles Turner's been down. But
that's what I'm saying. Miles Turner got paid.
But see, that's another thing I will say is that, let me pull back. Let me pump my brakes on Kawhi, right? Because what I will say is I don't have any issue with a player swindling an organization when the organization has swindled players for years. And what I mean by that is, if you know that you're up for a contract extension or you're up for a renegotiation and you choose to play on injured whatever the fuck just to get that contract, bravo. Get that bread. Even if you don't play another game for these motherfuckers, get that bread. So I will say, let me pump my brakes in that regard, because that's essentially what I think Kawhi Leonard did. I think he put himself in the best position he thought he could to win. And in the meantime, I'll do what I can to assist. But I don't think it was a situation where we can look at Kawhi like put us on your back anymore.
But you're making it seem like that it's over for them or something.
I'm not saying it's over at all. I'm just saying
I'm about to have a farewell tour.
I'm just saying if you can't, you can't judge what next season is gonna be like for a player. The best thing to do is look to their past. Look at the history. And the history is, out of the 4 years that he's been there, like we said, CT, I'll give you the bubble. Arguably the bubble being the only one that he's been involved in an entire playoffs. Now, let me ask you, what's the difference between the bubble and this past finals? It was the earliest. It was the earliest time he coulda. He's aging.
No question. Jamal Murray went crazy in the bubble, got hurt, came back for 2 games, got hurt. You think that it was crazy for them to pay him? You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't look at it like.
No, it's not crazy for him to pay him because he's still young.
But he didn't pay for 2 years. But Kawhi is not going to get any worse anytime soon.
But if you look at a chart, right? I don't know how. If you look at a chart and you saw like the graph of where he was to where he is now, he'd still be higher than a lot of players. But what you would see is that it was trending downward as far as availability goes per year. So what? You said what?
What are his numbers?
Well, of course, because it translates. If you're not available,
it translate. His numbers are still about the same, but his game numbers are down. But if he played the same amount of games that he does every year, his numbers would still be the same. That's what I'm saying. You're telling me that this man has had unfortunate injuries, so you don't think that he has them?
It's not about has it. It's you can have it all. You can have it better than anybody else in the team. If you're not available for me, you're not available, G.
But it's part of the game.
You could be the reincarnate of Michael Jordan himself. If you're not on the floor, how the fuck am I supposed to win?
But it's part of the... Okay, so as an owner, you got to think about this. Fuck, if we get rid of Paul George and Kawhi because they're hurt, what are we going to do? Who are we going to go get? Do we got to restart?
He's going to come back and bite you in the...
Going to come back and bite you in the ass. Kawhi's going to go to another team, win a chip. You're going to be looking dumb, looking stupid.
I mean, but let's keep it a buck. Paul George is in a very similar boat as Kawhi Leonard. Because that nigga took one good injury, and it was an awful injury, mind you.
Yeah, that was nasty.
It was an awful injury, mind you. But ever since then, he's another person. He's another person that is not present. He's not present.
Present enough for niggas to still look at him and be like, damn, I could use PG. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you can always use PG.
If you have enough,
rely on
but I'm saying you.
So is y'all's team playing for Kawhi's jersey sales, or are y'all playing for a ring? And right now, we just talked about how they were in a position in the bubble to win a ring with Lou Williams. So why now, when you got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook, are you doing worse? Why?
As Steve Ballmer tell me right, as Steve Ballmer tell me right now, who can we go get right now if we didn't want to use Kawhi or Paul George?
Yeah, like.
It's not about that though. It's not about that though. How long are you gonna wait, Darren? How long are you gonna keep your job? How long are you gonna be able to get wins, produce? Because you know that's the evil other side of the situation. Is motherfuckers be like, that's the GM. He had Russ. He had Paul George. He had Kawhi Leonard. He can't get wins. How long are you gonna keep your job?
But these niggas ain't going on the court and be like, hey, bruh, I'm about to get hurt. I'll see y'all in 3 weeks. You feel me?
But it happens. They
trying to see what it could be like full experience. They still like we ain't even had a full experience yet.
Like we ain't even had a full season with my nigga. So we gonna like, you feel me? Like
I think he just want to see if it worked with them both on the court. You know what I'm saying? Playoff run, like.
And then it becomes a situation. then it becomes a situation like we joked about with Booby Cousins, where this nigga's on IR until the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I'm not playing Kawhi 1 fucking minute until the postseason.
Why? And then you're not going to win.
So you ain't even going to make it.
You're not going to make it if you do. That's what y'all ain't getting.
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Bro.
Have they come close? Have they come close?
We've had unfortunate years, so you're telling me it's going to happen every time, bro.
It's happened every time since he's been there, right or wrong. Right or wrong, it's happened every time since he's been there.
CT and Malcolm, are y'all gonna sit here and let me tell you that the Lakers are gonna be the same next year because AD ain't gonna be available again? You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. AD can play.
AD, and that's what's wild. AD has recently proven more than Kawhi, and that's what's wild. Where the guy that they make a joke about surpasses you in availability, that is a fucking concern, G. That's a concern.
It depends. So you're telling me, depending on what kind of injury I got, it's a concern because another.
It's a concern because God bless you.
Whoa.
Like, right, he dropped a hard R, didn't he? That motherfucking Indiana. I think you finished and kept going. Is what I think.
Let me finish. Another Negro. You didn't let me finish.
Oh shit!
As soon as I said Negro, I said Neat. And then Malcolm said, you said AR.
He put the Papa John's owner in the meeting.
Let me finish.
Man, I wish we could call New Jersey, run the tape back.
Let me finish because another Negro is funny and I don't.
Call Mike and Stakakis, please.
All right.
These clips.
Flag on the play. I need to know if I need to get this nigga a tech.
No. The word Negro in Spanish is just black. You feel me?
We love everybody.
That'd be Negro. Accent. Throw that accent above my shit.
Listening, we are all African American.
My tongue don't roll for nobody.
Oh, listen. I ain't going. I'm gonna leave
yeah,
that.
bro. I just think that Kawhi, bro, is just like he's one of those. You can't give him up.
I mean, you can't quit on him. You can't give up on him by any means. But you do start having doubts. You start questioning his credibility, right?
How? He single-handedly won a chip by himself.
He's probably telling them.
And that's what pisses me. That's what pisses me off the most, right? Because it's like
easier road though.
It's like being with a girl who you break up with and gets a new dude, and she does more. Like, you wasn't even doing that one. And then you back with her, and it's like, damn, you still ain't doing what you.
But have you ever looked at it? But did you ever look at it?
Look what you did with the nigga Toronto. Now I can't get. I thought I was home.
You just answered that question for yourself, though, nigga. You the problem.
Who?
I'm not the problem. You just said that if you get with a girl, you break up with her because it ain't happening. She go with another nigga and it's happening. She come back to you and it stopped happening. Where's the mutual denominator?
Right, and that would be Kawhi, right?
No, because Kawhi was gonna hoop regardless.
No, Kawhi is the female.
That's what I just said. The common denominator is the Clippers the last 2 years.
Man, that nigga's pussy dried up.
But if he... No, listen, bro. Like I just said, he needs to go to an organization to where he can play with stars.
Nigga's pussy dried up. That's it, that's up.
You just said Paul George is always hurt. So if Paul George and Kawhi's hurt, who's been hurt the longest? Oh, Paul George is freshly hurt. Kawhi, can you get out there for us?
Nah, but I will say to be real about it, as fans, we visually see why Paul George may have lost his step. But when you in San Antonio, yeah, definitely lost his step.
Paul George doesn't play. I mean, he don't.
He doesn't play the same.
I don't think we'll ever see Indiana version of
right, but let's not get hung up on that.
George do last year? But
let's not get hung up on that. Paul George. All I'm saying is, what was I saying?
Y'all clowns.
Oh no! I was saying, as a fan, we saw why. We saw a reason. We all were there for that, to see why he may have lost his step. Now Kawhi, on the other hand, it's it's a situation where I don't want to call it like a disease, but tendinitis is genetic. Like, you can have issues with your knees that can't be seen as you visually getting hurt on the court. But what I will say looks bad is when you can go from San Antonio and play to get a ring, and then go to Toronto and get one damn near by yourself, and then go to a new squad and you're MIA. That's the issue. That's the issue there. It's like, we saw Kawhi break his shit. We saw that. Everybody saw that. Nobody saw the x-rays or the MRIs that happened on Kawhi's knees to see why he doesn't play. All we can see is you didn't in San Antonio, then you chose to in Toronto, and then you chose not to in LA. That's the only thing we can see.
Spurs, he just lied and just didn't want to play, so.
No, I think Kawhi sat out for most of that. Because Pop even got upset. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kawhi. And I'm sure that could be the case. A lot of that does happen. But I'm saying it's like the boy who cried wolf. If you're going to do that once, and then I see you fixing your lips to do it again, of course you're gone. Of course I'm going to shop around. I'm not playing with you. I saw what happened in San Antonio. We're not doing this again.
They said they wanted to have a meet with him in New York, and he like snuck out the building and got up out of there on the Spurs.
Listen,
I said, "Oh yeah, he's gone."
I mean, I don't doubt it, but all I'm saying is, isn't this what you asked for, to come home? And you still ain't. You're still not even giving us the Toronto. You left the Toronto Kawhi. We home. We the fans. We wanted to see that.
They needed the new arena.
Listen, unless the new arena got trampolines in it like that bounce ball shit, you ain't gonna see Kawhi back in his heyday. I'm telling you that right now. And I wish the nigga the best. I wish him the best. I'm not like saying that because I'm hating on him. No, I like watching him play. But when can I watch you play? I would hate to be a fucking LA fan. I would hate to be buying tickets going to LA like, oh, he's sitting out again. Okay.
Yeah, if you're trying to go see him play.
Oh, he's sitting out again. All right. I'll try.
Because he'll play the game. He'll play the whole game and then be out. Like,
yeah, that shit wild. You don't.
Happened, dude?
Yeah. You don't want to play.
You got to go to game 11 through 13.
Right. No, real talk. You got to get. and ironically, my LA fans, those are the cheapest. So you better get on them quick. Get them early tickets early. Because them is the only ones you may have a shot of seeing Kawhi play.
If you want to catch CT's boy LeBron,
and my issue
in the first half of the season.
And my issue isn't the regular season, right?
Be playing. Don't do that.
My issue is the postseason. Be available for the postseason. Because that's when your squad needs you.
Yeah. In the trenches.
Russell Westbrook, after everything they put him through, should not be the go-to guy on a team like the Clippers.
Because he's not going to get it. He's not the
Because he just got brought there.
He's not a closer.
He didn't forget how to play basketball.
No, not at all.
No, but he got that James Harden disease. He just can't get it done.
He's right. He's not no closer. You know what I mean? CT's not the guy you're like, bring it home, Russ. Bring it home. You're like, don't turn the ball.
I mean, situationally, I think he can be, but
in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. Your statement is correct, but situationally, I think he can be.
And he looked like he could still play some defense.
He folded on KD. What, on that 3-1 or 3-0? OKC. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about OKC and Golden State.
You said Brooklyn.
Yeah, when they was in Brooklyn, they was in playoffs. Yeah. Couldn't show up. He wasn't showing up when he was playing, when he was available to play. KD held him.
You talking about? Yeah, you talking about James?
Who was in Brooklyn?
Right. We talking about Westbrook though.
Oh, Westbrook ain't this shit. He just
y'all better leave my nigga alone.
Hey,
why they pick him back up then?
When you don't got Paul George and Kawhi, how you?
He is a stat whore. He is a stat whore.
Because they don't have the best. Well, think about it, Cliff.
He's good at it though.
They don't have.
It ain't just off. It ain't.
He's a good like.
Hard.
And like, to my listeners, stat whore comes from 2K. Somebody thinks they
like
a
he ain't
hero.
Playing hard.
Russ is at least getting you assists and feeding the open man. So you're good at being a stat whore. But yes, you are a stat whore. Your stats don't equal wins, and that's all you're focusing on is your stats.
You crazy? You don't act like he ain't playing hard.
No, I agree, but you're playing hard for your stats.
Yeah.
Man, he's like trying to win too.
Like your center. When your center got two hands on the ball,
he wants to win.
Don't
hey, you see Doobie going grabbing boards. 15 rebounds as a guard. He crazy.
And how many turnovers he averaged?
But we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there because remember it was motherfuckers above him when we was running that down.
Yeah.
You right about that.
And the motherfuckers who was below him was Steph Curry. Let's not get that confused as well. But nobody wanted to poke that bear. Yeah, Steph Curry was 2 spots below Russell Westbrook in turnovers.
Rush grabbed him an MVP too. Y'all crazy.
Hold up. The only argument I got to that is Steph got wins.
I'll give you that, but we also know that Steph doesn't control the ball. So why the fuck do you got as many turnovers as Russ when we know you don't pass like that to get them? Why? So yeah, I'm gonna keep saying Steph up there with him
most of the time.
Hey, fuck it, he got wins.
Right. No, I'm just gonna be equal to everybody. I am a hater, huh?
Yeah, you are.
I am.
Now. Russ averages 4.1.
That's as a guard that's bad, but it ain't that bad.
Steph averages 3.1.
That's over the career, but we were talking about at that specific time, and at that specific time, James Harden had 5.3, Russ had 5.1, and Curry had 4.3, which was, I think Trae Young was in between them, if I'm not mistaken.
Fuck up too.
You right. So why can't Russ be a player?
Because Russ doesn't have that. He's not a closer. He can be a player. It's just like when you sit on 2K. How many people we get on the game with me, you, and QB?
Listen, play is close, baby. Play is close.
You know what I mean? Hey, look. Put it this way. All right, y'all gonna get this, Q and Cliff. The person shall go unnamed. There's a certain individual we all decided we don't know if we can ball with. We don't know if we can ball with lately, right? Because that person plays like a Russ, right? They want to go in. It's me. Give me the ball. I'm scoring. Where y'all at? It don't matter. Don't see ya. Ain't trying to see ya. It's my way or the highway.
You crazy. Russ passing that thing.
Russ passing that thing on, I will say, it goes back to, on like some stat horse shit. I'm going to get my 10. But were those passes at the
20 before?
But were those passes at the opportune point? But we also saw niggas at OKC bypassing rebounds to get Russ that 20. They were boxing niggas out trying to let Russ grab. Like, stop. Like, come on now. We watch shit.
Man, there's 10 dudes out here on the court. Stop playing.
Ron, for his career, averages 3.5 turnovers a game.
He do be turning that thing over.
Anybody that takes on a point guard responsibilities are usually gonna have high turnovers. Period. Point blank. Especially when you move top speed and you don't know how to press your pedal like Russ Westbrook.
He's on you and stuff. Charges count as turnovers too, so it's like, oh man.
True. I didn't even think about that.
I swear.
That nigga has an on-off switch. There is no...
Like, damn, I got 3... This nigga just took 3 charges over me. Like, fuck, that's 3 turnovers. Plus, it went off my foot.
And you gonna get one dumbass turnover that nobody even pays attention to at the end of a quarter every game just because you got the ball. You know what I mean?
You got to get that rhythm early in the first quarter.
Yeah, you do some old heroic shit trying to get in rhythm.
Coming off a back-to-back.
Yeah, like, fuck around, losing the ball, time run out.
Y'all playing the Spurs right now in the California League, in the Summer League, man.
Shout out to my boy Drew Hill, he back on the Heat.
Your boy bought out.
I'm gonna try to get him.
Jacquez, how you meet Jacquez Jr.? 22 points, 8 for 15, 3 for 7 from 3, 3 rebounds. Shit, Nikola Jovic, 21 points, 7 for 12, 2 for 4 from 3, 8 rebounds, 3 assists.
I like the guards they got in the summer league.
Yeah, shout out to Drew Smith and Boyer getting
Boyer so hard.
2-way contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
Man,
I
hope
looking
y'all
at.
keep them all year, man. Don't send them to the Sky Force.
I was looking at that Charlotte.
Well, they gonna start the season on the squad, baby.
What was that? That was Charlotte Golden State, the summer league game.
They must like Drew to pick him back up.
That nigga Kai Jones though, he looking like
looks like
something.
a free agent. You say Ty Jones?
Kai Jones. I think
Jones.
he came out of Texas.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he ain't like, no scorer like that, but he's very impressive.
Hey, Kenny Lofton.
Man, that nigga a monster, man.
Him. Oh my God.
He a monster. Yeah. I've been saying that nigga's a monster.
He
Niggas
just need to
bring
go
him
ahead.
back.
You said what?
Bring him back, LA.
Bring who back?
Kenny Lofton.
Memphis.
Oh, that was Memphis. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did bring him back at the end of the season.
Fucking playing Memphis.
I don't know
He
if
gonna
he's
play
still
all
with him
year this
starting.
time.
I mean, I would hope so.
I
That
think he
nigga's
was the
special.
Player of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna be the black Jokic.
Zebo.
Game ugly as hell.
Man, but
Zebo.
I don't
He
know
play like
though.
Zebo.
I think he might got a little more than Zebo.
What? Young Zebo.
Hey, get him by 2-3 more years.
I mean, the only reason why I say that, I'm not saying, I don't want to
hype-wise at that position.
Right. I don't want to sound like I'm saying he's better than Zebo. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that with all of the skills that he has, if you was to compare it, his ceiling would be higher. That nigga's a point guard in a big boy body. And he'll pull up, take the three. He'll step back, he'll drive. He's still getting off the ground, even with all that weight, and he'll dunk on you. That's crazy to me. And he does it so naturally.
Yeah. He's going to be nice. What about Chet?
He been balling.
He been balling in the summer league, but
He need to put on some weight though. Still,
He do. He can block the ball real good.
he definitely got defense. Yeah, just durability is up in the air for him.
that's definitely up in the air. God
He
willing,
Murray was nice too in sack. He played.
God willing, we'll get to see him in the actual league this year.
Who?
Chet.
Oh, okay.
Kitty Chet Bang.
Shit, he's another one. Anytime somebody has an injury like that and you a big man, I'm putting you on that Joel Embiid diet, baby. I'm putting you on that Joel Embiid diet. You get no more than 22 points a game until I feel like you're showing
What?
me you're
No.
durable enough to continue. Yes.
No.
Shit.
He
You
might have
can't,
been a piece. He might have been a piece they needed.
but you can't risk something that great with rushing them back too early. Because if you lose them, you lost that.
Been out for how long? A year?
The whole year, yeah. He got hurt the third game summer league last year.
Yeah, he got hurt in summer league. Yeah, trying to guard LeBron, I believe.
No,
What's
not the
wrong?
summer league.
Yeah, I think that's when he got injured. Or not the summer league. Well, I thought
Oh,
he
was it
Yeah, it
Drew
was. I don't think
It
it
was
was.
Drew League.
Was it?
Yeah, I thought he was guarding LeBron.
Because I remember Pablo.
I think you
played
are
Drew
right.
League
Yeah, it
too.
was. Yeah, you are right. It was the Drew League. It wasn't the summer league.
Because Pablo was going off out of the Drew League, and then Chet got hurt. I was
Yeah,
like,
against what's his name? DeJounte Murray. They was
Cole
both
Young.
going off, but
Yeah.
yeah, nah, you are right. It was in the Drew League.
He ain't doing that again.
Shit, yeah, you better stick to the shit you get paid for.
They was probably mad off that.
You know they was.
Extracurriculars.
But you know they cleared it too, so you can't get too upset. You let them do it.
LaMelo got 260.
Yeah, he got paid.
Desmond Bain.
Yeah, he got a bag.
Oh my god.
And hey, Cliff, that's
who
crazy.
should have got a bag. Hey, Cliff.
You've been up there with me where he's from.
Cliff, you talk about nobody that should have got a bag like EG, Desmond Bain. Oh my.
Nah, Desmond Bain been holding shit down.
Yeah, he
with two, what he get 210?
Desmond Bain been holding shit down.
But is he really worth 210?
Yeah, I don't know if I give him that at all.
Yeah, I don't know if I would give him 210.
Oh my god.
But you know what? The only reason why I may.
He's set for life.
Nah.
Jared Jackson wasn't even. I don't even think Jared Jackson getting that.
Well, nah.
Yeah, I think
guess.
Jared Jackson just signed too.
Well, I guess that's why you would, right? Because with all the shit that's going on with Ja, and it being a situation where you can't really
just take that out of the equation.
But nah, you can't reward that behavior, right? So if you
I'm not even talking about Ja.
Well, what you do in return as, you know, owner is pay the nigga that's got his head on straight. The worker. Oh, you just been grinding for me, got your head on straight, stayed out of shit? Yeah, you about to get the next big contract, and that would be Desmond Bain.
Before they gave D Brooks that, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's just crazy. Like,
why would you give Brooks that?
Right, Desmond Bain is way better than
man, I wouldn't say way better.
Way better.
I think it depends on what you're looking for.
Desmond's like a good 3-and-D guard.
If you looking for a nigga
that's what Dylan Brooks is.
If you looking for a nigga that'll shut the fuck up and do what he's supposed to do without talking.
Man, that's a part of basketball.
His game fell off because of his mouth.
You know it's a part of basketball, but I think a nigga like Desmond Bain is a realist, right? Let's keep it a buck. You're not.
But I'm just saying, he came out of nowhere and you give him 210. Like
you don't agitate.
150, 140.
But you're gonna guard guys like LeBron and them though. You do look at who he has.
He don't be guarding LeBron.
You reward good behavior.
You said Desmond guard LeBron?
No, he does not guard LeBron.
Are you, bro? Him and LeBron have gotten into it. He does guard LeBron when they play. What are you talking
Brooks
about?
does.
Yeah,
you're not gonna put Desmond Bain on LeBron.
I would trust Desmond Bain over Dylan Brooks.
Dude, feet messed up.
That's why they paid him that.
He is a little clunky, but
all the highlights right here. Gotten into it after he was guarding him. LeBron and Desmond Bain getting chippy, heated moment. Bro, he guards LeBron a lot. I'm not saying every play or every second of the game, but they do be having him guard LeBron a lot.
Man, that's barbecue chicken. That's not what they're trying to do.
I mean, but who ain't for LeBron?
Right. But even that's but that's besides the point, CT. When you got a guy producing, like Cliff said, that shuts his mouth and just grinds, and you got him guarding some of the best of the best.
What has he done to get that?
I ain't missed this nigga just try to hop on real quick and say a lot of people. Name them.
Hey, you think Desmond Bain's worth what he got?
A lot of people.
Wait,
who ain't chicken for LeBron?
What do you consider barbecue chicken?
Oh, right.
Desmond Bain guarding
somebody that's gonna get cooked going against LeBron. What do you mean?
But what do you consider cooked though? Do you consider a 25-point game for LeBron, like him cooking someone? That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you consider cooking somebody?
20-20 like he did.
At this point, dependent. I look more at cooking because he's not gonna get that 25 on one man. I look more at cooking as somebody who I can score at will. Not saying you won't miss, but at will, I'll get my buckets. And Desmond Bain on LeBron.
Cooking as this whole game, I'm about to cook you for.
No, him specifically.
I am. If Desmond Bain.
Because let's keep it a buck. If even on my football teams,
I don't think LeBron.
Even them, I can't even really use that as an example. But even if I take a loss, I'm still thinking in that loss, like, what were your assignments? Did you cover your assignments? Yeah, I did everything we could do to win then.
Healthy LeBron.
Now, I don't know that, a Desmond on LeBron can be like, yeah, I may have been, he got a couple buckets on me. I might have had
I said, I don't think LeBron's about to come out and regularly put up 40 on Desmond.
No, but listen, no, and both of y'all are ignorant. First of all, because this is not the LeBron era of just putting up 40 points on motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying.
What he averaged 30 last year.
I'm just going off of what CT's saying because CT's saying that he will, and I'm just saying that there's no way.
He only averaged 30 last year. Sorry.
That's what CT is considering the cooking. That's not
30. Only averaging 30.
He's not cooking niggas like that no more. No, he's not.
I'm not saying that. That's a great stat. Yeah, that's a great stat. The 30 a game.
28.9 CT at
28.9. Sorry, Miles. My bad. That's
That's
only probably the highest out of his career, Miles. Sorry.
It is. No,
is it?
You ain't lying. Especially at that age. I'm not hating on him at that age. That's impressive.
What was it? 49% from the field, 50%.
50%.
There's a lot of
50%. Like it's only 50%.
Defensively good players in the league right now.
He's always 50% though. God damn.
And that's crazy. Like
that's crazy from his position.
It's not that crazy when half your shots are within 5 feet.
But it is for somebody.
You're not counting three-pointers.
But it is for somebody that takes on the guard responsibilities.
Was not a fadeaway. He shoot the fade.
So Cliff, you think I don't think LeBron.
50% is a good average for a big man, for a center. So for you to be the guy that's taking on the guard responsibilities, bringing the ball end to end, and still having a 50% average, that gives you an extra bump.
And he was playing a 5 sometime this year. This at the center, like, come on, dude. He'll give Devin Bang some buckets if he guarded him the whole game. Y'all crazy.
Not 40.
I think so.
I didn't say
not 40.
But I'm saying if you got a guy like him guarding him,
not giving him 40 regularly. No, he's not. Desmond Bane is a big ass dude, bro.
Can't guard this. You crazy, man.
LeBron might.
I can't wait to dude come back.
Yeah, no, and LeBron's highest was last year. He had 30.3 for the year.
Huh?
He had a bunch of scrubs.
He had 30.3 points per game last year.
Well, that was
he had 28.9.
No, last year that I was saying that 28.9 wasn't his highest. He had 30 because I knew he had a year where he had over 30.
But no, the 2005 year was the highest with the Cavs, 31.4. 2005, 2006.
Oh yeah,
okay.
You're right.
So this was his second. You right.
But that's
this is actually his fourth. That's his fourth highest year. Because he had 31.4 in 05. He had 30 even in 07. He had 30.3 in 21, and then the 28.9 in 22 or 23. That's 22, 23, I should say.
Oh, I can't wait for the season to start.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't say like he's slowing down by any.
None. He hurt his ankle and his foot, but it's rested now.
When you look at the games played, drop off. I mean, you do see the slowdown. I mean,
ankle, you know what I'm saying? The ankle,
the groin, and the ankle, like you said. Yeah,
if it was something else he played, but you can't play on that ankle. So
man, I'm more concerned about that groin.
That groin is really what gets me.
Hey, he's rested now. Just wait on it.
He
better took his trip, and he better not have CBD in his bag.
He was at the Louis Vuitton fashion show.
He better took that trip to Russia and got them stem cells and all that shit. That's what he should have did.
Grill in his mouth.
Nah, you supposed to fly that nigga over here with the stem cells.
Nah, ain't nobody. We don't want no American stem cells. We know what the FDA let pass.
Nah, I say go get that nigga, bring him here. Don't go over there. He ain't coming back.
You right about that. Yeah, he can't go to Russia no more. Dr. Kevorkian's brother got come to him. He said, my brother did the death. I do the rejuvenation.
Oh, hell no.
Now take this crystal and put it in your jock strap.
Kyle Kuzma got re-signed to the Wizards. There's nobody.
I seen that. Kuzma. Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie.
Dumb as fuck. Why would he do
We
that?
signed
back with Dallas.
Cam Reddish.
Get your money, Kyrie. Fuck him.
Nah, I mean, get your money for sure, but that's. I mean, but maybe it was a media situation. Maybe it wasn't that big of a deal between Kyrie and Luka, and it was like makes
Phoenix
most
was
sense.
taking everybody.
Nah, that team on Dallas, they gotta put some other.
Remember, they said that. Well, last year they said towards the end of the year that both of them were unhappy. They didn't say playing with each other, but they said playing with the organization since the changes took place.
Yeah. The play style. They didn't like the way they were being utilized.
And I don't doubt that Dallas didn't change even Luka's play style. Like, Kyrie's coming, so he wants you doing more of this instead of that.
They lost a lot of close ones, so yeah.
Did either one of them actually say that though?
What?
Neither one of them said they had an issue with playing with either one, but they both said that they were not happy playing with the current.
This is what Lucas said, and this is factual. After Kyrie came and they started losing a lot, Lucas said, "I'm not having fun anymore." Lucas said that to the media, that he's not having fun anymore. Now you coincidentally
when you losing, you ain't having fun.
Oh, yeah, why does that have to do with Kyrie though?
Because then, to Cliff's point, Kyrie also made a statement similar to that, like, I'm not basically buying into what's happening here. I'm not.
Right.
So you got two.
I don't think they were. They didn't even have enough time.
Why does that have to be about each other?
That's why I said that. I said it's not about them saying that about each other, but I don't doubt that the system didn't adjust both of them. You feel what I'm saying?
That's to the organization.
Yeah.
They probably want to be on something like y'all talking about with the Suns. Let us just rock.
Yeah.
Fuck what y'all talking about. Let us just rock. And they like, nah, do it like this.
We were talking about CT when we said that Kyrie is one of the only people, if not the only person in the NBA that don't need a game plan.
I don't think Luka does either.
That he's one of the only people in the league that don't need a game plan.
I don't think Luka does either.
He might not.
I don't think Luka needs a game plan either.
I think
he figures shit out on his own.
You got 3 big pieces out there with you, like, we can make it work.
But you gotta have defense too, though.
Now, I guarantee you, when Kyrie re-signed, he was in that motherfucking office and he was like, "Is y'all gonna let me and Luka rock?" And they was like,
"Well, nowhere though, letting them rock." Like,
we didn't get to really see it last year.
It'll get them far, bro.
I know the first game that they played with each other, they both had over 30. I know that much.
And they gonna lose, like.
It'll get them far, bro.
They both had 30 and 40 last year, and what they do, lose.
Right.
I don't know. I think that's gonna be. I think
like,
that's
you can't match point for people nowadays. You gotta have some type of defense on the back end.
So you're telling me every game that they're losing because they getting bucket put on them? Like, that's what I'm hearing out of your mouth right now. Like, they're losing because
they're getting outscored. They're getting outscored.
But like on like I've never in my life, you hoop too. I've never in my life seen where the star player that was not known for defense had to be responsible for guarding the other star player on the fucking team. That is not their fault that they don't have other people that are supposed to go out there.
Because you traded them away for this guy.
But that's not Luka and Kyrie's fault.
But beyond that, I don't even think it's their fault to say the losing particularly
because of their defense. Like, that's not true at all.
Well, what I'm getting at is like Malk said, if they both expressed discomfort with the system, that clearly meant that there was something wrong with the changes that you made when you brought this man in to the system.
Or you had Jalen Brunson.
I don't know
because
if it.
How come they had to change it when they brought Kyrie in? Maybe Luka never liked the system. He just liked that he was Luka Magic. And then when Kyrie got there,
he didn't like the Western Conference
the system
Finals.
just stopped working.
That's a fair point.
Because it was working a little bit with Jalen Brunson, but it wasn't like Luka was like,
a little bit. Western Conference Finals.
One time, bro.
That's all you need is one time to
get
to
not.
the
That's
championship.
not all you need is one time. You don't
to get to the championship.
But I'm saying,
well, to get to the real one, maybe. But
as an organization, you're telling me the whole time you've been here, Luka, we got to the Western Conference Finals one time. That's enough.
Hey, where did you get? You didn't even get in the playoffs with Kyrie, so
whatever.
Ooh, to take it back full circle, didn't Trae Young get to the finals before you with less? And everybody was talking about that.
Like you just overpowering what we don't need. Like we don't need Kyrie. Like,
and like I just said,
y'all need a big man.
Trae Young.
Yeah.
Noah Powell's all right, but y'all need
have more postseason history.
What's the shooter? Luton.
So it don't matter. Kyrie and Trae Young have more postseason success.
I know you talking about. Sign Bobo.
Kyrie ain't had no success.
No, well that'd be cool too. But I was gonna say they should play Bobo.
Who you say?
I thought
Kyrie ain't doing anything since Brian.
Bro, but Kyrie and Trae Young have.
Kyrie's another 30-point a game season average guy.
Let me see. No,
yeah. Yeah. Look up his stats last year.
26.9 last year. Year before 27.1, 27.4. He's never had a 30-point season ever.
Who hasn't?
Kyrie.
He's never had to.
His average for this year.
And he's a why not?
Oh no! I'm lying. I'm sorry. That was his average with Dallas for the rest of the season.
Right, I can see that.
Yeah, that was his average with Dallas for the rest of the season. I was about to say, now I know I'm not going crazy.
Now Dame
Kyrie's one of those people that does hella load management. I don't think Kyrie's ever going to be a 30-point scorer because he never has to play every single night. Somebody like Dame can be a 30-point scorer because he's going to have the ball in his hand at all times.
Yeah, if Dame don't play, y'all don't win.
Kyrie has never been on a team to where it's like, oh, if we don't have Kyrie, we ain't going.
Well, he was on that first Cleveland team before Brian got there.
Or Brooklyn when he first got to Brooklyn.
But nobody.
But they went ghost on him towards the end of the season, so I doubt that they would even. I guess they still count. But you didn't have as many games playing by yourself, like.
Yeah, he did that first season.
That first season, KD wasn't. Yeah, when KD wasn't playing, but I'm saying like.
One season's not longevity in the league.
And even after, the only time he really got to run the team on his own
he can run a team,
was postseason.
He don't need to.
Well, I think he can. I think he doesn't want to. You remember when Harden came, he said, "I'm not playing the point. You're the point guard now."
Because I shoot.
So you can't run a team and do both?
Yeah, you can't run a team and be all
I don't see him winning another one.
It depends on who you go with, but now they lock back up with Dallas. That's tough. Unless Dallas make moves, I don't either.
Any contender team that Kyrie went to, he has a chance of making them better.
Boston. Boston when they was the number one seed.
To like winning a championship.
And then he got hurt and they look way better.
Fuck all that. Before we wrap, because we coming up on it. What y'all think about the NFL's new fair catch rule?
I didn't hear nothing about it.
Is it like started on a 25 or something?
Fair catch on the kickoffs now.
What about it? I didn't hear it.
I thought they been had that.
Fair catch on a kickoff, like outside of the
at any point of the field, wherever you
you can fair catch outside of the end zone, and the ball goes automatically to the 25 or.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They making the kickoff so whack for the players that's getting paid to play kickoff.
That's what I'm saying. That's my issue with it. Is you're eliminating jobs with that.
Well, they're about to get
But you gotta think about it. A long time ago, they made it known that they're trying to get rid of kickoffs. So like
special teams as a whole
should have been and put they back.
But that's like a game changing thing, though.
Yeah, but this isn't college though.
That and it's too. I guess it's too injury. It's too injury prone.
In the NFL, they don't rely on kickoffs.
It's just too soft now, man.
They don't.
I agree with that as well.
In the NFL, they don't rely on kickoffs. They rely more on punt position than anything.
Hey, but it's been kickoffs that get run back. So my fear now is now if a nigga run a kickoff back, are we gonna look at him like the guy that scores at the end of the game when your team's already up? Like, bro, you should. Why'd you run, bro?
Let me look at it this way. Did any of y'all play football?
Yeah.
I'm just asking for real.
Yeah.
So as a player, right? Do you want to? If we got 15 seconds left, right?
Yep.
Do you want to take the chance of losing all 15 of those seconds to let this nigga back here to try to run and get a touchdown, or nigga, we got at least maybe 2 or 3 plays out of 15 seconds. We can fair catch this bitch. Our QB got a bomb. You feel me? Our niggas can get
that's situational. That's situational.
But that's when it would work in your favor, though. That's
the Patriots.
Any rule is gonna work in your favor at some point, but that's situational. What you're talking about is the end of a half or the end of a game.
I'm talking about football, though. The only thing y'all just said is it's gonna hurt people's jobs. I'm talking about how it's gonna help the game of football.
Nah, because I guarantee what happens is. It's definitely gonna hurt because I guarantee what happens is you start seeing NFL teams put their starters on the kickoff line. We don't even need you to go all the way down there. It's gonna be a fair catch anyway.
That's what I wanted to mention. You started seeing that last year.
What percent you want? Let me tell you. Do you know what percentage of kickoffs last year were kickbacks anyways?
The Patriots got 2 of them, Brandon. 95%
of kickoffs last year were kickbacks.
I mean, but I don't know if that
it doesn't matter. The ball's going to be put at the 25.
If that number is exactly what you wanted it to be, it's still going to be skewed because they just moved the kickoff up. What, an additional 10 yards like 5 years ago?
But what I'm saying is, coaches are not telling people over here, give these niggas a chance to run it back.
And I get that. But my whole thing is once you eliminate it, then what you're doing is you're eliminating the opportunity of what's your boy's name? Fuck, I can't even think of his name. Shit, going to my Raiders, Jacoby Ford. You feel what I'm saying? Who got brought on as a kick returner and worked his way up to a wide receiver. There's been so many out there like that was brought on just to catch punts and kickoffs, and now all of a sudden he's a wide receiver with an actual contract. You understand that, Moiler? Before you say what you say, that movie Invincible with Vince Papale doesn't happen now if there's no kickoff team. You were just brought on to be a wedge break.
How many touchdowns per game are there in the NFL? How many punts are there?
Touchdowns per game, I would say average is probably around
It's a lot
24.
Lower. There's probably at least 15 punts per game.
I would say 24 points, like anywhere from that 18 to 24 range per team.
So what I'm saying is, you just hear me out. As a person that's trying to get their bread and butter, the punt game in today's game is more of an asset in the NFL than the kick.
Well, punt's fine.
It's almost pointless.
Punt's fine though.
At this point though, kickoff, why it doesn't matter. If they were to say that at a football game, heads or tails, whoever wins gets the ball at the
25.
nobody would care.
I don't think so. Too much. I don't think so too much. But I will say, as a person that does talk about sports on a weekly basis, I would never stop saying how pussy the NFL was if they did something like that. Now, I'm not saying it makes that big of a deal, but we're getting so pussy so fast.
Guys like Devin Hester,
I don't think it's pussy because it goes back to what I just said. 95% of kicks last year were kickbacks. So, dude, we're wasting a part of the game every game. When these kickers, they're not holding up. Ain't no coach telling nobody to hold their foot up. If you boot it in the back of the end zone, you boot it in the back of the end zone. And the numbers are just getting higher and higher and higher every year. You've seen nobody. You just hear a kick, flag, whistle, let's go. Nobody's returning nothing. But you would have to tell kickers to kick softer for niggas to be able to return, and it's not happening. No one's gonna ever do that.
But you can not squib a kick because squib is intentional. But you can shank a kick. You can set a team up. You feel what I'm saying?
Especially in the snow and rain and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And at that point, is the guy that catches it supposed to be waving his hand because it's a formality now, or can he really still go? Because now what you're doing is you're taking away the ability to take someone out the game, right? So the way my mind works, if I'm a returner, more importantly than it would be for me to get a touchdown off of this return, it would be much more important for me to find your most important player that you shouldn't have put out here and drive the crown of my helmet through his face mask.
But how often, real question, how often would you really use that rule though? Because no matter where you fair catch it, you're at the 25. So if it's above the 25, no one.
You see how many niggas back in the day used to run it out of the end zone?
But I'm saying,
I'm taking that home.
How does that make the NFL? How does that make the NFL pussy? I look at it as if you fair catch the ball at the 30 and you make our team go back 5 yards, you're pussy. That ain't got nothing to do with the NFL. If you're scared to get hit, you just fair.
So now the NFL got pump fakes. Now the NFL got pump fakes. You got niggas about to act like a fair catch and take off. What?
Only thing it would really change, bro, is about 10 to 15 yards, bro. Because if anything, if you fair catch the ball above the 25, you should not be out there anything.
No, I do understand what you're saying. Now, it ain't even about being out there anyways. It's about usually if a team does catch it outside of the end zone, 9 times out of 10 they don't get past the 25 anyway.
Right? And if you're fair catching the ball at the 40,
that's what you want, right?
No, because if you fair catch the ball,
that's a part of the
40,
skill. I agree with CT. That's a part of the skill of the game.
Yeah, you want to make it a long drive. You don't want it to be automatically right here,
But
right, that takes the skill of the kicker away. I'm trying to pin it in the 1 yard line, and now y'all saying it's a fair catch wherever they. Why would I? What's the point of me pinning it?
No kicker now thinks to pin the ball on a kickoff at the 1 yard line.
That's a fair statement.
For them to change
that's what I'm saying. Kickers are kicking in the back of the end zone.
That's a very fair statement.
Looking to pin at the 1 yard line unless it's punt. That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
the
you right.
butter is on the punt. Kickoff is pointless.
I like kickoff. I like football. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's a part of the game.
It was nice when we had people like Devin Hester and people like that, but Tyreek Hill
scored. Even back when you played in the street or the backyard to start the game, somebody threw the ball off. They threw the ball off like a kickoff. So now we just eliminating that and put the nigga on the side of the street. Like that was a part of the game.
Madden, they gonna start Madden like that
it's
when you
because
just play
people are
first
getting
down.
hurt? I don't think it's because like they don't want nobody to get hurt though. I just think
I do too. I do because you got to think of how much speed you can build up in that amount of separation.
I used to love.
You need a particular. You need a particular lunatic to want to break a wedge.
Like I want to go make this hit.
I'm the guy that's put my hand up, like coach, put me in. Put me in, coach.
You were just saying the only people that will care though are the people that only do that. As a starter, but as a running back, as a quarterback, I'm like, bro, come on, let's go.
When they hear that crunch in the
man, when the homies do that, like, hey, yeah,
man.
In the last 10
is that what y'all said, DT? Is that what y'all said on the way to state? Oh yeah.
Let me go and go offense now. Let me lay
When's the last time you heard that? When's the last time you heard that?
Hey, CT,
what? Heard a crack on a kickoff. Been 10 years.
But let's keep it a buck. I haven't heard a crack in general. That's the issue.
In general,
the hardest hit that I saw in football last year was Micah Parsons hitting what's-the-name at the All-Star game, and that was only because the nigga wasn't expecting to get hit.
They still doing it in high school and stuff. Like, they gonna change all the rules, man. Like,
it's gonna be, listen.
It goes back to just everything, bro. Like, kids.
You know, in high school, they take it to the crib.
Kids nowadays don't care about brutal shit. Like, kids want to see touchdowns. Kids want to see Kyler Murray throwing touchdowns. Kids want to see QBs healthy. Kids want to see their favorite wide receiver healthy. Kids want to see their favorite.
Soft. Kids want to see. Kids want to see.
Oh, people are paying for a product. Nobody wants their product on a sideline that they paid millions of dollars for.
Listen, I remember playing football where if you got caught at the bottom of that pile, niggas was trying to put cleats on you. Fuck. Nigga, you at the bottom of the pile? We putting cleats on this nigga real quick. And he rushed. He been rushing this whole game. We putting cleats on this nigga for the ref. We about to tiptoe all over this nigga shit. The ref pull us off. Shit, it's cool. It's a part of the game. I'm not saying that's a part of the game. I don't think you should be able to stop a nigga out in a huddle. But you work your way up to being able to go pro. You know, you gotta pay your dues. Sometimes that means getting stomped out at the bottom of the huddle. Your team should have your back.
I never wanted to be at the bottom of the huddle.
Ever. But listen, I was always the little guy.
Hop up quick.
More times than not, I was at the bottom of a huddle.
Twisting ankles and stuff down there.
Yeah, no. I now back in those days, I've only had that happen to me one time, where somebody was like trying to really, like, I'm like, oh, okay, like you trying to hurt me now. Like I only had that one time, other than getting tiptoed on, but nothing ever came from it. You know what I'm saying? It was always like, motherfuckers don't know jujitsu. They not about to snap your ankle while you know what I'm saying? Like they just giving you let you know, oh, this real out here. They, you know. It
was tough for me. I was like, whoa.
Nah, I ain't get nothing like that.
I already got a size 15, so chill.
I got a little leg lock. Put on me, but listen. You know, they put a little leg lock on you when you rush for so many yards in the game. No, just
they trying to. Coach told him, "Hey, get him right."
Listen, early, man.
We'll take that 15-yard flag.
And I've been in games where I didn't want to run anymore. I'll say that honest. I've been in games where I was like, God damn, they calling this dive again.
Mine is because of cramps. I would cramp so bad.
Nah. I'm not avoiding no contact unless I just got it.
You over there being a little bitch. Get in the game. I'm like, oh, man, I'm about to You gotta want to walk off, but I'm gonna go out there.
I said that to my daughter last whatever weekend that was.
Mm-hmm.
I said I miss coaches being able to snatch kids by the face mask and shit.
Man,
you know, like hit them on the helmet, like there's nothing wrong with that. They're not hurting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude does not talk like this out in school.
That's why they took that show off the air, Cliff.
The type shit or whatever that was. Listen, treat the little nigga like that. Like he needs to learn. This is
he was cussing little kids out on TV.
The last chance you
listen. They would have never been. They would have never been able to film one of my practices. And this is Pee-wee. Like this is before middle school. This is like 2nd, 3rd grade. There was coaches lining up with you out there.
Bad.
No pads. Just the coach. Just and
I remember that too.
They used to. Man, listen.
Especially in the drill. Oh, come here.
That's what I'm talking about. Not like in a game. Like they ain't just stiff arming us and shit. But they, man, them like heads up, like where you lay helmet to helmet and shit. Like, man, them coaches.
I think you're tough shit. Oh shit.
How you in tears, mad? Him or the him.
Listen, and the parents be watching from the sideline. Like, that's what it takes. Go ahead.
I swear.
He ain't been doing them chores. Bust his ass.
You stupid as shit.
I would be that parent. Yep.
You stupid as shit. He said them chores.
Hit the showers. Houston Rockets shouldn't have paid Dylan Brooks. Overpaid, and he's gonna be underwhelming.
Mine goes to
underwhelming.
I would love to be Desmond Baines. No.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bullshit.
Who said that?
Q.
Oh. That sound like Mike Brown.
Right.
He sound just like Mike Brown. I said, what?
Right. For a minute, I was like,
free
my nigga. You know what, man? Free my nigga, man.
Free my nigga Mike. OG Mike Brizzleton.
Man, oh man.
Right.
Even if he did get on the podcast most of the time and not say shit and just stare and be on
right.
Hey, Mal.
Yeah, he be sleeping and shit. Oh.
My alarm about to go off.
yeah.
But my hit the showers, I ain't even gonna lie. Nothing ignorant, just I gotta give it to the Lakers guard.
Who? Which one?
Gabe Vincent?
Nah, Jalen Hood Shafino.
Yeah, the rookie?
Yeah. And I'm not judging you off your game, but the 0 for 5 from 3.
Yep, trash.
I'm not going to say trash. I'm just going to say, because my whole thing is, as a youngin', like working to make you a spot on the team, you don't take that many threes unless you know you can make them.
You can. It's one game.
That's what I'm saying, and I like him. I really do like him. But
it's a 3-point error too. They don't really trip on them shooting threes now. They be mad if you didn't take them. They be like, why didn't you take them?
But 0 for 5 is rough.
That ain't nothing. 2 a quarter, if that. 1 a quarter, 1.5.
I don't know. I gotta give him the hits. Especially for the Lakers, right? Because
we don't never get good summer league guys. We don't judge guys off summer league.
We gonna see. That game is probably almost over now. I'm gonna have to look up his stats, see if I can catch it on.
I think the Heat played tonight too, didn't they?
Yeah, they play the Kings.
They play later. They play in about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They play the Kings.
Go lock in on that.
But yeah, who else? You gave yours, kid?
Shit, mine go to Boston.
Boston.
We're getting rid of Grant Williams?
The team I got going to the finals?
Grant Williams, man, fuck Boston. They
Grant to the Dallas.
Yeah, stupid.
52 million.
Anybody with a little bit of toughness on the team, you just giving them away now.
Spurs get Reggie Bullock and draft picks while Boston will get.
Grant wanted that bag.
Boston get what?
True enough.
Multiple second round.
Oh yeah, I did read that.
Gabe Vincent, we got Gabe at the point. We kept D'Lo too though.
D Cliff, and that's why. And you know what? I'm gonna give a second hit the showers to Dallas. That's why y'all dumb as fuck. Because if that's supposed to be y'all's answer for a big and Grant Williams, man.
No, there ain't no big. I'm gonna give my second hit to showers to the LA Lakers because y'all gave D'Lo that contract and then y'all just let Schroeder go.
I don't know.
I mean, we believe in D'Lo, so hey.
Yeah,
Schroeder was definitely the guy.
We need a full season of Low.
Nah, I do agree. He didn't have a whole shot, but
fuck that. They believe in D'Lo behind Gabe Vincent.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that either. Gabe's definitely the starter.
Play behind him, young man.
And then Gabe going from Miami
y'all
to
signed
LA.
Thomas Bryant. Miami Heat signed Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, you know, tomato.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. What was that? A 2-year, $4 million or something like that.
Yeah, a little chump change.
2-year, $5.4 million.
Yeah.
Who else is it?
Yeah, we just get the thing right for the damn
Jeremy
team.
Grant got the biggest one of the free agency.
Makes no fucking sense to me.
Jeremy Grant.
Man, that was dumb as shit.
No fucking sense to me. With the Trailblazers?
That's that dude.
He's set for life. He was already set with God.
Man, and I'm not saying that's another one. I'm not saying that he's not a dog, but
I don't know what
Nigga, if they pay your sorry ass all that money, how they gonna get somebody else that's worse?
Listen, if I was Dame, I would be like, listen. They be saying
Dame made sure he got paid.
They be saying massage allegations about me because I pull a Deshaun Watson like I won't step on another Portland fucking floor. Fuck that. I'm not playing the way they did. Listen, fuck that. Dame got played like Lamar Jackson a year before Lamar Jackson got his contract.
Yeah,
fuck that. I'm not staying. You want me to do all this by myself? I'm not staying.
Gotta get away from here now.
Now you have no choice. Now you have no choice.
And y'all want to keep the number 2 pick, whatever that pick was, 3rd pick. Y'all could have traded that for something.
The 2nd pick, Scoot Henderson.
Yeah.
And it was another guard.
So was y'all like, and he want to be number 00. I'm definitely gone.
That shit's dumb as hell. 00.
And 0.
Leave my nigga alone. Scoot finna do something. Scoot finna show y'all
He
something.
knew he couldn't get the 0 because that's retired.
He may be able to get it after a little longer.
No, that's retired.
He said I'm 0 squared out here.
Right.
He the type of nigga gonna wear it until they tell him he can't.
That's funny.
If I was him, I would ask if it was available just because he want to leave. Like, so could I have 0 then? Just to piss him off. I want 0 then. I want put Henderson on the back.
They should tell him you gonna see why they should tell him you gonna see why he's leaving. Like, there's no way you winning out here. Like, nobody's coming out here. They're not gonna tell him that, but that's what they should tell him.
Right.
Listen.
When you got Jeremy Grant, your best option. And
that's a shaky best option. I don't understand what they saw to think that. Listen, let me stop.
Alfred.
Give him 2.5. I'm just
And a bonus.
Yeah, he'll get the 3.1.
Nah, give him 2.5. But do anybody got anything before we get out this bitch?
Shit. Football season is upon us. Fantasy Football League, almost that time. I'll send the details later on.
Need it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one of the best times of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Get your $10 ready. Might buy a new Chevy.
And I ain't coming out of surgery this time, motherfucker.
Right.
I'm getting my picks in. Watch me be worse this year than I was last year.
Right.
Like, I need to...
Damn it again. I thought the Raiders draft in real life. We'll be like, oh,
You right. Right. Oh, we hit the button? Fuck. Who was it? An old lineman. A fucking kicker. Sebastian Janikowski. But we all listen, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell that nigga to troll. We out this bitch. We'll catch y'all next Wednesday.
Back next Wednesday. Yep.